Hello, everyone. My name is Decalink, the trained unprofessional, and welcome to episode fucking something. God damn it! I didn't look at what number it was.
Let's
Uh,
call it 15. I like the number
15. Sure.
15.
It's either 15 in real life or just in our hearts. Uh, I am joined today by my perennial co-host, my co-host for life, the man who I started it all with, the man who carried me, the man who cared for me in my darkest days, my friend, my lover, Caleb. Thank you for joining me. I am so happy to be talking to you again, man. I've been lonely.
I think we all have with being locked inside,
Yeah,
honestly.
no kidding, man. It's been a fucking shit show lately, huh? How's it been affecting you down there?
Other than random people now like scurrying away, which honestly was about the same when I had a shaved head. You know,
Oh man, I
big white guy with shaved head kind of gets you the same fear response as the virus does.
good to know in the general public's eyes, a skinhead and an epidemic well, it's a pandemic. I don't want to mislabel it. What
Hmm.
what are the differences between the two again? I really
Epidemic is, if I remember correctly, is centralized and pandemic is across the globe.
Oh, so pandemic's actually worse.
Yeah.
Damn. I always thought epidemic was worse because it just sounds better, you know?
Yeah. Kinda. Yeah.
Could it could
It's the
also
E. Like,
yeah. Well, and you also heard the plague was an epidemic. Even though I guess it isn't because that shit came from Central Asia.
yeah, wasn't it? What was it? Like, the Huns,
It was
as I
Mongols.
remember,
Yeah.
Mongols
The Mongols were
weaponized it and
yeah,
then
chemical
it just spread
warfare.
through
Yeah.
trade.
Shit's fucked, man. But yeah, I also like I'm thinking about like the word epidemic, and I'm like, does it have to do with like the epidermis? Because the plague, like, you had boils and shit, and pus filled sores, and your skin basically turned into fucking rubber glove shit, and it like an old rubber glove, like the kind that you I don't know how this shit hasn't broken yet. That kind of rubber glove. That's what your skin was. So like does an epidemic have anything to do with an epidermis, or am I just attaching prefixes for no fucking reason? Did I lose you? You still here with me? I cannot hear him. I cannot.
Hello?
Oh, there he is. Hey.
The joys of everyone being on the internet.
Oh yeah. Well, who is everyone? It's you and your mom, right?
Yep. And then basically everyone in my neighborhood has the same. So,
Oh yeah. The whole network is being clogged. You got fiber in your neighborhood, don't you now? Right?
yep.
Do you actually use it? Are you
Oh yeah.
okay? 'Cause I didn't know because your mom's always working with networks and shit. For the longest time, I thought you had like a contractually obligated work connection or some shit. I don't know your fucking life. I don't.
We do, but she gets it.
Oh, nice, nice. Well, cool,
Her
cool.
computers are prioritized and shit.
Yeah, especially now because I can imagine fucking
Oh yeah.
yeah. Um, I do want to apologize for making you wait for so long. We were starting to talk about setting up like 2.5 hours ago, almost 3 hours ago. But then you're like, oh, I'm gonna shower, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I was just waiting, and then we were expecting to get our new box spring delivered because, for those who don't know, I've been basically sleeping on uh, plywood. Uh, it's been my box spring is plywood and like just planks holding it up. That's been my box spring. And my mattresses are two twin mattresses laying side by side. So before I got fired, which is the important thing here, we
Which is the main conversation tonight.
yeah, yeah, the main event of this conversation is going to be talking about my GameStop story. That's probably what the title of this is going to be. Yeah, episode quote unquote 15 of all the above, my GameStop story, or something like that. But
No, we'll figure out a catchy title here soon.
yeah, we'll get through it. We'll get into it. But yeah, uh, uh, we were expecting the box spring to be delivered tomorrow, but it came early. Actually, it came
That was
really
bad.
early. It came like 2 weeks ago, but it was the wrong one. They delivered a queen, and we bought a new bed frame, box spring, and mattress. Um, all before I got fired. Really, kind of hoping, wishing we didn't now. But we made some investments. We were like, man, we really need to replace this. We were trying to replace the air conditioner. Well, really put in an air conditioner because we don't have one. But we couldn't get approved for financing, and we didn't have $4,000 on hand. So just really came down to, well, we can't afford that, but we can't afford a new bed, and we're both getting our backs all fucked up, so we need to do that. And then right after that, I get fucking fired. So yeah, money coming in? No. Money going out? Yes, much. Oh, fuck me. But yeah, we put it all together, and it took a lot longer than we were expecting because the fucking box spring came with like a sheet thing to zip around it, like to
Oh, so
yeah. And those
yeah.
things don't fucking fit. They just don't fit. Trying to
It's like when you
zipper
get something and it's like, oh yeah, you can unzip it and fucking clean it, but then you open it up and you're like, how the fuck am I supposed to get this back on?
exactly. We couldn't get it on to begin with. We were trying to zip it up, and then we were trying our hardest. We almost it took longer to try to put this fucking cloth condom on our fucking box spring than it took to actually put together the goddamn box spring. It's fucking ridiculous. But eventually the zipper fucking broke, so we were just like, you know what, fuck it. We're just putting it on, and we got it all there, and then I had to take a shower because I smelled like a rotting raccoon's asshole. Um, but now I'm all clean, and uh, everything's put together, and so yeah, that's been my day so far. How about you?
Let's see. Yeah, some homework. I played with the dogs. I caught up on some reading,
Nice.
and you called, so I thought I probably don't want to sit and smell like sweat, dogs, and knowledge while
Yeah.
I do this.
Sweat, dogs, and knowledge. Well, for all those who are listening to this with smell-o-vision, they appreciate that. But I can't say shit because I also took showers. It just feels nice, you know. It just feels good to be clean, especially like after you're doing a bunch of shit. It can be kind of relaxing. You're in classes right now. Are you doing the online only? I got an email from your fucking college. I don't even go there saying like
You're still in the system.
yeah, it's like I graduated last fucking year and they're still sending me emails like make sure you don't go to campus. I'm not in the state anymore for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I'm still going. Some of my teachers have completely panicked, some and the others have broken down.
Damn. So it's all
Like,
online?
yeah,
Nice, nice.
one class, my English class, he broke down and was like, you know what? Anyone who's still here, you basically get a C.
Shit.
It's like, do the work. If he was like, you can get all D's and one F, and you'll pass with C.
Oh, so that's a minimum. It's not a maximum.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say like, oh, all the A students must be pissed. Everyone gets a C. Well, damn it.
Some schools are doing that. From what I've read online, is that they've either just passed everyone blankly with an A, or whatever grade you had is your grade, and you can work to get it up, or you can just leave. You can't go lower
Yeah,
for
honestly,
trying.
Honestly, like, there's a part of me that says, like, that's obviously ridiculous because you're taking away the achievement part of academic achievement. But at the same time, like, who the fuck gives a shit about the Pythagorean theorem right now? The world is dying.
Exactly.
So it's like,
Like my thoughts were that kind of makes more sense because like if I aced the fucking first half of this of a school year, why should me being a shitlord at the other half affect the first half?
yeah. Grades in general are just fucky. We could go on and on about our mutual thoughts about the American education system and the grading system and all this other bullshit, but that ain't
What
why
we're
we're
here
here.
for.
Yeah, that ain't why we're here. We're here to bitch. We're here to bitch. Yeah,
About your last job where the game stopped.
yeah, yeah. Well, we can say it now. We can say it now. And I don't live with anyone that doesn't want me to fucking talk loud, and I can say whatever the fuck I want. So unlike our last time recording via Discord, I can just say whatever the fuck I want. God damn it. Don't have to worry about pissing off people or getting fired because no one's employing me right now. I do have a couple of feelers. I applied for 40 jobs so far in the past 5 days. Uh,
Damn.
well, when you're panicking, like
Yeah.
almost 30 of those are with the same company though, so like it's kind of cheating, but but
It lets them know that you're really
yeah,
interested.
I basically at every location of this nameless company in case they do hire me. Uh every location within a 15-mile radius of my house, I applied to as every open position they had, whether I was qualified or not. Oh
I mean,
god.
I did that for shits and giggles because the FBI was hiring agents. Like, you know what?
Hey, you never know, man. You know, fucking if oh god, what is that fucking show about the kid who's like the doctor? Or maybe it
Uh,
was just Kid Doctor. I don't know.
no, and
Punky
it
Brewster?
no, Punky Brewster was a little girl.
Oh, sorry.
This one and was it had fucking Patrick.
Swayze?
No, the dude from How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, I don't fucking know. I don't watch that show. Oh, Neil Patrick Harris?
Yes,
Oh shit, yeah, it was young Neil Patrick
Doogie
Harris.
Howser.
Doogie Howser! I never saw the fucking show, but I always got commercials for the fucking thing on all my on my tapes. They're like, you should watch Doogie Howser because he's a kid and he's awesome, so you should watch him and feel bad about yourself.
It was like Degrassi for me. I would always randomly find it when staying at like one of my cousin's houses who had satellite. But no matter how long I sat on the channel, it never came on. Just
Damn.
just like 15ish minutes of commercial, and I was just like, whatever. I guess it's the universe just telling me no.
Yeah, yeah. I had a similar experience with Teen Titans for the longest time. To this day, I've only ever seen one episode, but I have watched the show multiple times, and it it's been because like I for whatever reason I didn't travel much as a kid, but when Teen Titans started around the time we lost DirecTV, so that era of Cartoon Network, I never got to see it. So like Codename Kids Next Door and Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, Teen Titans, these all happened around the same time. I only had Cartoon Network around the time of like Courage the Cowardly Dog, Ed, Ed and Eddie, and Dexter's Laboratory, which were like slightly earlier. But
Mm. It's
whenever
like
we were,
early to mid
yeah,
2000.
exactly, yeah. But like every time we were at a hotel, and I was allowed to watch something on the TV, which was usually when everyone else went to do something, and I was like, nah, I don't wanna, and being a little shithead. Or when my parents just wanted me to shut the fuck up, they turned on the TV. Because this was before YouTube, mind you, so the fuck else are they gonna do? They turn on the
Before the
cartoon.
magic tablets.
Yeah, no tablets, no smartphones, no Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, no BritBox, fucking nothing. No HBO Go, no HBO Now, no nothing of that shit. None of that shit to fucking distract your kids. None of that was happening. A little bit of that was on a beat. I don't know what that was about, but the point is, they would turn on Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon. And Nickelodeon was always something different. Surprisingly, this was back before all they had was fucking SpongeBob. But like, on Cartoon Network, almost always it would be Teen Titans. But it was that one episode where Starfire like almost goes back to her home planet or some shit, or like she's in like cocoon fucking thing.
Oh.
Yeah, it was that episode every time, and I never caught it at the beginning, and I was never able to see it all the way to the end of the episode. So I would just pop in the middle of this fucking episode and see her like in this fucking cocoon, and I had the hots for Starfire, dude. No slight to Raven, Starfire was my Teen Titan crush, but like, holy crap, that episode every fucking time, dude. It was like 7 times. It was always that fucking episode. It was ridiculous.
And now with streaming, I think they're on Boomerang. Which, like, fuck you, pants again.
What the fuck is Boomerang?
It's all the old shows. It's all the old cartoons.
Yeah?
It's everything from the Flintstones to the Kids Next Door.
Damn. And how much is that a month?
I think it's $5 or like 20 something a year.
I'll just fucking use the website. Bree brought me onto this fucking totally legal way to watch things.
Totally legit.
Yeah. I'll just stick with that because it has like anime and cartoons. And like really obscure shit too.
That's the kind of website I use to watch anime.
Oh yeah,
and
I know.
Cartoon.
I know you've got that like 9,000 entries into your watched list. Not watch list, watched list. Shit,
I actually have that list up. I am not joking.
Yeah, right now? You have that list up. Well, how many is on it? Does it have like a number?
Yes. Let's go with completed. Do as it loads.
Oh my god. Oh fuck. Ugh. I haven't eaten yet. I've just taken my pill.
It is 200 plus if I can do stats.
It just stops at 200. Or like we don't
252 TV shows, 300 or 35 OVAs, 21 movies, 12 specials, 5,400 or 5,042 episodes, and 83 days of my life.
Holy God, dude. And that's with you having like other interests as well. Like you also play games. You're in school. You have friend.
I went outside.
Yeah.
Most of the time I watch these.
Jesus fucking Christ. I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, there's a part of me that like, I don't know, man. I think back to like the days after our big group D&D where it was just like Yumi and Kyle all the time. But before I moved to Ottawa specifically.
Oh yeah.
Like
when
those
everyone
that was just some nice
weird full-time jobs or douches.
I got oddly nostalgic about working at Walmart. Not for the job, mind you. That the job itself sucked ass, but like being on the job, doing something with you guys, and then like going on lunch and being with you guys, and then going home, and sometimes after that, still being with you guys. Like that was fun. I enjoyed that.
Very rare to get friends you want to spend that much time with.
Because I mean, shit, we worked together. We went to school together. We hung out together. We went to multiple schools together. high school
We
and
had
college.
classes together.
Classes, multiple classes. Like, Christ. Like, ah, goddamn. And we'd squeeze everyone into my fucking Saturn S Series coupe. That fucking tiny little tuna can piece of shit Hot Wheel 90-pound fucking car, 3-door. Kyle's knees were just gone.
It honestly would have been more comfortable if it was just one long bench seat.
Yeah, it would have been more comfortable if he was in the trunk. Like, you remember that time we got fucking pulled over? It was you, me, Kyle, and Sam was also in the back of that car. I don't know how we weren't scraping the fucking road. Like, if my shocks
Stare
were...
at the cop like, yeah, we all fit in here somehow. Surprising, huh?
Sam was wearing a fucking soldier helmet. Sam's in the back. This Sam is like if you and me are large, he's medium, and Caleb and fucking Kyle is small. So Sam is medium. He's not. I saw him on Snapchat. He's getting thinner.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting there, man.
He's got them 2 job workout.
Oh yeah, that I know he's at. I don't want to say where he's at, but I know of one of them. But
And then he's at the upscale place that we used to work together.
oh wait, you and me?
Yes,
You and I have only
where we
worked.
all work together. He's
Oh,
at an upscale version of that.
an upscale version of. Oh, okay.
Mm.
Oh, okay. I get you now. Um, took me a little bit. I'm a little fucking dense.
Don't worry, that's I've only heard a few people explain that store that way to me, and I was thought about it, and I was like, yeah, honestly.
Yeah, that's it's weird. Like I don't know if it's the water up here or it's really just to do with the stress lately. But every day more and more, I just feel like I'm fucking slipping into full on dementia. Like I can't talk very well. I stutter. Anyway, moving on from nostalgia,
Hmm.
we do have a different kind of recollection to do. And you've known me through all of this, so I don't know how much of this you can attest to, uh, but you've heard me complain about it before, so
Yeah.
you at least have that to draw upon for the record. Um,
And I was there the first time. At least I don't know if that was the first time.
yeah,
The
it
first time to be that you were there.
that is true. This story does. Well, the story starts a little bit earlier than when earlier before I even knew you. As a matter of fact, just a
Mm.
small mention to a beginning before that where um, I okay. So me and my brother Aaron, both into video games. He way more so. He is way more into video games, and as such, back when GameStop was a little more, not shitty. Um, where it was generally run by people who wanted to fucking just talk about games and you weren't pressured into buying a million things. Although it was still fucking a bit corporate back then, but like it
Yeah.
wasn't as bad. Um,
It. I'm gonna say honestly, it, mine is. I know mine is special because a the manager has worked there for a while, and I know him by name, and he knows me. But
yeah.
if it was more prolific back then, that it very much depended on which one you went to.
Oh yeah, because I mean, I'm talking like 12, 13 years ago is
Yeah.
when this time period that I'm talking about happened because that's when my brother was just a bit too young to apply, and back then I believe you could apply at 16, so it was a little bit before that. And then when he turned 16, they changed the rule to 18, and he was pissed. But he wanted to work there for a really long time, and um, he applied all the time. That's like one of the only places he applied to. But that's because back then I was living in Admire. There was no jobs in Admire, so you had to work in Emporia. And I don't even think that GameStop's there anymore. Um, but or at least they moved it. But because I didn't see it when you, me, and Kyle were at the Walmart, and the GameStop used to be right across the street from it. But the point is that he applied all the time, every time we went, pretty much. Um, and he never got the job. So, yeah, it's we have neighbors who have dogs, and when Spoof's, Spoof, when he's distracted by anything, he can't do anything.
Yeah.
Anyway,
you came out here because you needed to pee.
Yeah, right.
Play with the dogs.
Oh my god, the fucker keeps waking me up, like increasingly earlier, because he doesn't like being in his kennel when he can see that it's light out and when he hears people outside. And so we have a system where if me and Bree are sleeping in but he really needs to go, he has a certain bark. And you long-time owner of dogs, you know the difference between certain barks. You know what they sound like. It's basically a language. And he knows which bark means I need to shit, and if you don't let me do it now, it's gonna be something you deal with later. And so when I hear that bark, I know I gotta get the fuck up. Also, I sleep like shit, so I will fucking hear it. But yeah, he started to do it now just so he can get out and try to play with his friends. And I'm like, I'm gonna have to just like keep track of the last time I take him out, make sure when did he pee last, when did he poop, how much did he drink, so that if I hear like 2 hours later him barking to go outside, I could be like, bullshit.
Liar, what's outside?
Oh Lord. Anyway, 2014. Cast your mind back to 2014. Where were you in your life in the summer of 2014?
Procrastinating on getting into a college.
Yeah, because we had graduated the May of the previous year in 2013. Class of 2013. And I had gone right into college, but I hated the college I was at.
Like everyone who went there, honestly.
Oh, yeah. University of Missouri, Kansas City. You can go fuck yourself. Not that I think anyone there is listening to this, but if anyone is listening to this and is thinking about going there, save yourself the future aneurysm and just fucking go to community college.
Yeah.
And if you're thinking about going to...
The biggest targets for me when I walked in there was the big plaque that said only 50% of our students graduate.
Yeah, like, they were bragging about a 48% graduation rate. I'm like, really? Meanwhile, you're
like something you should be hiding.
Right? Like, they're bragging about that while they're spending millions of dollars on a brand new student center that has a bunch of empty shit that no one uses because US Bank wanted a place to put their new fucking branch on campus. Not knocking US Bank, because I used US Bank for a long time. I really liked them, but like, there was no need for that amount of fucking that building. They held no classes there. They had the radio station there, as you recall, because you and I were that was the summer that fall semester is when we started the first season of All of the Above, because we only did it at UMKC for one semester before you helped me move to JUCO. And then go ahead.
I do remember the comment from that summer. Oh, we were all out, and you were like, "What'd you think of the radio station or radio show?" It just sounds like you guys are mad at each other all the time.
Yeah, that's he's referring to Warm Malt Liquor, the show I had before with a not set in stone co-host. Sometimes it'd be just me. Sometimes it was me and Dan. Sometimes it was me and Nate. Sometimes it was both of them. And pretty much anytime either one was on the air, we would have some fun sometimes. But most of the time, most of the time it was bickering and pedantic bullshit and semantics. And my God, man, I tried so hard to be friends with Dan for so many years. So many. We were different people now, but we live like thousands of miles apart, and I have no incentive to fucking reach out. But like, I recently talked to Nate, and he's like total Buddha Zen mode now. So like, at least he's relaxed a good amount. That's good.
That's not natural relaxation. I can
Oh
tell
yeah.
you that.
Oh, I know. Yeah, he's taking advantage of
where
extra.
he worked and the
Mhm.
legalization of.
Oh yeah, he really he had extracurricular activities of his own. Um, a few of them, if I remember correctly. I remember once we started a conversation, and the first thing he said to me was, I am currently on acid. What's up?" And so I proceeded to try to freak him out for like an hour. Because I was like, man, you don't start a conversation with me while you're tripping. And he wasn't, I don't think he really was, though. Because I wasn't actually trying to freak him out, but like, when I started talking to him, and he was talking very coherently. So what I really think actually happened was he maybe had taken acid, but he had come down already.
Yeah, more than
But
likely. Because I've
yeah,
talked to him when he's high, and he just either keeps going and going and going without coherency, or
yeah. So
he's
yeah,
just very quiet.
yeah, I I don't. It might be kind of fun to fuck with people when they're high, but like, you can really damage people psychologically if you do too much damage.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
while
It's why a lot of people I know who do that stuff are like, no, you need a spotter if you're
oh
going to
yeah,
do
oh definitely. You should have
someone
if you,
someone who's not high, just to make sure you don't
exactly so you don't run off in the fucking woods.
or freak yourself out too bad.
Exactly. Like that's if you're going to willingly partake in hallucinogens or drugs of really any kind, you should have someone nearby, a designated sober friend, uh, and that's where like the mom friend really comes into play. Like the mom friend really
Oh yeah.
shines in that role, whether they like it or not. But that's when the mom friend really helps. I am not the mom friend. I am the friend that will like poke you when you're unconscious. Not like in a bad way, but I'll be like, "Hey, you good?"
You alive?
Yeah. Like I'll check your pulse, I'll make sure you're not laying on your back. I'll take good care of you. If I can get you on a bed, I will, but yeah, I'm not going to freak out if you're passed out on my floor. I'll just
I'd say
step.
Kyle is our mom friend, honestly.
Yeah, if he in terms of mom friends, he's like he's kind of a Karen because
Yeah.
his way of telling someone that he's concerned about them is to yell at them, or to basically be like, "No, don't, you're not fucking doing that." He's calmed down a lot more. In fact, like I was thinking about this the other day. There are a few sources of media that I have consumed over the years, of various mediums, wherein I have started to collect alternate universe Kyles. Like people who embody a part of Kyle's personality that if he had not met us or had anything different in his upbringing would have led him to be more like that character. I have a couple of examples off the top of my head. One of them is Arnold Rimmer from Red Dwarf. I don't know if you've seen that show. I highly recommend it. It's on BritBox. Another one is Frank Burns from MASH.
That one makes sense.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Frank Burns and Arnold Rimmer are very similar, except one of them's in the Space Corps as opposed to the Army. And a third one is Kenji from Katawa Shoujo.
Dive just a little too hard into that paranoia.
Yeah, like I remember the days when Kyle really didn't have his social graces, and he held not firm beliefs, but really unfounded beliefs about certain groups of people. He I don't want to put him on blast like this. I don't want to talk about like he's not like this anymore. We've helped him learn more about people. He's also taken a lot of efforts to learn more by himself. He's grown a lot. He's probably probably the friend that I've seen grow the most over the time I've known him.
Because thankfully, a part of his personality is he gives generally everyone a chance.
Oh yeah.
Even if you're a part of said group that he didn't like, he will talk to you and not just yell at you.
Exactly. Like, he has a good heart. He has the intention to give people a chance to learn. It's just, he also is not someone who goes out of his way to learn about groups he doesn't understand once he has an opinion about them. Like, once he's decided about a group, not an individual, but a group, you gotta workshop with him through that.
But if you just walk up and talk to him, you'll fucking talk to a post.
Yeah. But, yeah. Anyway, let's move on so that...
You know it's true.
Yeah. I know. I just don't want to get on here and have people's takeaways be that I try to freak people out when they're on acid, and I used to be friends with a guy who hates lesbians. Or I am friends with a guy who used to hate lesbians. I should phrase that properly. It's such a weird prejudice to have.
I mean, not to super defend him, but he did get sexually harassed constantly at one of his jobs. But I won.
By a lesbian?
Yep.
How? In what way? I don't remember this. In what way did Kyle, a male, get sexually harassed by a lesbian?
See, that's just ignorant talk there, boy.
What?
We don't look kind upon that.
I am not saying it didn't happen, and I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm
she
just
was
entering
demeaning to him because he was male, and she made it very clear it was.
He was what? She was what?
She was demeaning to him, like she.
Oh, that's not
constantly.
sexual. That's not sexual harassment. That's sexist discrimination.
It was
Sexual harassment is like inappropriate.
That's what it got labeled as, and what she got fired for.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
But
yeah, that's
to answer the question of how he knew, all his female coworkers told him.
Oh.
That when it was, because he was the only guy there.
Yeah, this was at
take jobs at places that were predominantly female.
Yeah.
Because that's his interest. He liked candy and crafts. So.
Yeah, so a job
craft
at
stores and a candy store.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the fuck is that called? What place was that?
Russell Stover's.
Russell Stover. There you go. I would never have gotten that. I couldn't think of that shit with a damn. But yeah, I would not call that sexual harassment. I would call that sexist discrimination.
I'm just calling it what it got labeled as.
Oh yeah.
He got a notice when it happened that if you want to blah blah blah, press legal charges. The
Um,
company was behind him, basically.
damn. Damn, dude. How many times has this guy almost been on the verge of like $1 million because he's getting fucked over by someone or some company and then just not done it?
At least 3 times from
Because
my
yeah, because it was
memory.
that. There was the dentist that
Mm-hmm.
almost killed him because they wouldn't do procedures.
Because he was too lazy to do something. That
Yeah,
was
the
his job.
dentist was not Kyle. Because Kyle was living in the was living with pain and infections that were potentially lethal, and then like as soon as his old dentist who was too lazy to fucking take care of him, he was like, as soon as Kyle left that guy and went to another one who was in the same building, the guy was like, we need to get this done now, otherwise you're gonna die. Like, like that. That's so that's two. Um,
And then there was Walmart because he got hurt.
I got hurt too. I got injured like every week there, but like Walmart wouldn't jump into my goddamn defense.
Oh no, they didn't. That company didn't jump to his defense.
But he had a case.
Yeah, but one of them ambulance chasers jumped to his case.
Oh yeah,
When
one of those like, if you've gotten injured, you could be entitled to compensation and that type of thing.
because he was unloading the truck, and you know how they loaded the truck. Really,
Yeah, shittily.
basically an entire wall of that stuff, and it was mainly bullet fell on him.
Oh my god, I forgot
Yeah.
about
So
this.
so probably like 100 so small boxes of bullets just
And those fuckers are heavy.
rained down upon him and brought the pain.
God damn. Drop the pain. Nice. Make it sound like a fucking wrestling move. The bullet drop. Uh,
Just small, strong punches. Just
yeah,
or not punches, just elbow slams. Just 4 or 5 people.
yeah.
Elbow slam, tag out. Elbow slam, tag out. Elbow slam.
Damn. New day. Yeah. Think about this. It's a great proposal for a move. Christ. We're almost an hour into this. Let's actually talk about. I just love
Flip
talking to
this
you,
into-
man. We need to
Flip
talk.
this into outtakes in the actual show.
Yeah. Well, see, like, that's the thing, is, like, if you're free on a regular basis, I would like to make this a more regular thing. Because, obviously, we can talk about what's going on in our lives and various stories for a good chunk of time. And if there's anything that we want to chat about, like, this could be a bi-weekly or even weekly feature if you're interested.
Yeah, I could definitely. I don't know about weekly, but I can definitely make time free on a bi-weekly basis.
Yeah, that'd be
It's
great.
easy.
Yeah, we'll work that out. But yeah, we were talking about 2014, the summer of 2014. Um, I was working at a place. I don't want to say where, um, for reasons. Um, and
Money,
what?
money.
Money?
That's why we work anywhere, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, that I if yeah. I mean, if oh god, Andrew Yang, man, if I got that universal basic income, I'd been fine. But no, shit. I was working at this place, and um, it was run poorly. But this isn't a deep dive into that place. Point is, I wanted to leave that store specifically, and at the mall I used to work at a different job. This is Oak Park Mall in Overland Park, Kansas. Um,
One of the few malls remaining.
right, and even that,
Dying
like,
breed.
half of it's fucking empty anyway. Well, all of it is right
See them
now.
before
But
they're gone.
yeah,
The mafia is the only reason these malls are open, people.
pretty much. But allegedly, but gotta throw that in there. But I don't know who saw the poster. It was a job fair at the GameStop in that mall, and someone saw a poster. I don't think we saw it at that store. One of us saw it at like the store near your house, because they're all in the same district. So it was a job fair in the district, so every GameStop was putting it up. Um, and you, me, Sam, and I think Kyle. Was Kyle there for this, or was it
I
Nate?
think so.
Yeah, I know there was four of us because I believe I drove us all there in the van. Um, they were holding the job fair in the food court, and when we got there, it was a sea of people that looked exactly like us. Uh,
Yeah.
all pudgy white guys, and most with glasses. You don't have glasses. You have yet to enter that level of aging, of bodily deterioration. Hold on to that as long as it lasts, dude.
Just
But
double fists and carrots. Make sure.
I ate so many carrots I can't sleep at night. Why? I can see through my eyelids. No, you can't. Oh god. But yeah, we got there, and basically it was a series of one-on-one interviews with the assistant manager. It was one fucking dude, if I remember correctly, doing all these interviews, wasn't it?
Um.
Short guy.
Yeah, he was. There was multiple people handing stuff out, but he was the only one talking to anyone.
Yeah. And so you would go up and you would go to one of the tables, you'd fill out your paper application, and then you'd get in line and you'd talk to this guy. And this guy was the assistant store manager of that store. He's no longer with the company. I don't want to say his name. I'll be talking about him later because it turns out the guy was a bit of a fucking prick. Um, but we all did one-on-one interviews going down the line. And out of that whole crowd of what, like 20, 30 people, would you say?
I
Are you
didn't hear the last part. You kind of started to break up.
Oh, sorry. I was saying, what is about 20, 30 people there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there.
I got hired. I was the one. I don't know if people got hired for other stores, but I got the position at that store in the mall. I think they were hiring for multiple locations, possibly. I don't know. But I got hired there, and that store was fucking tiny, dude. You remember how fucking small that fucking thing was? It was the size of your living room. Like, it was smaller than your living
Oh
room.
yeah, I was in there a month ago.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I was looking for specific game and got sent all over the fucking place.
Oh, boy.
From the one that was across the street to the mall, to the one near my house, to the one near where her valet used to live, to the one out fucking in by out way out there, and then I just went into the mall one for shits and giggles, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we have it." I'm like, motherfucker.
Why didn't you just have them look up where it was?
I did, and that's where they told me. They told me four other stores that supposedly had it, and when I went there, they were like, "I don't know what the fuck you was looking at because we don't have it and
Well,
haven't had it."
people would. This happened a lot. This is actually a common thing. What you need to do in that case, when they tell you the list of places you can get it at, there's also a list of phone numbers attached to all of them. You could also Google it. Call that store, get someone to say whether they have, make sure they have it in their hands, because I have worked at multiple stores now, and what's in the system does not necessarily mean, well, that's what's in the drawers. So if they're like, oh yeah, the store on 75th Street fucking has it, Then you call that store. You say, hey, do you have this thing? The store I was just at said that you did. They'll look it up. They'll say yes. I'll be like, can you make sure you have it in your drawers because I have to drive a long way? Even if you don't have to, say that. Guilt them a little bit. It'll be fine. And then they'll be like, all right, I got it in my hands. Like, can you hold it for Fred? Whatever your fucking name is. And then head over. Don't leave your fucking house or wherever you're at until you get someone who has it in their hands, your name attached to it, and they say they're holding it for you. That way you don't have to drive around to whoever the fuck, because the inventories run at these fucking stores is goddamn abysmal in most cases. There are some stores, like you said, the store near your house is an exception because it's run by someone who's been there for a long time. They know how to treat their customers. I've never had an inventory problem at that store you're talking about. But holy shit, I have seen inventory problems at no less than 10 stores in multiple states and districts. And that's just within my 2 tenures in this fucking company. It's so fucking easy for your inventory to get fucked up because you're taking in games from outside. You're getting inventory. You're getting shit put in like 15 different places. It's very easy for shit to get lost. It's a goddamn train wreck trying to get this place run properly with all the stupid shit they make us do. It started, man. It started.
The outpour.
Yeah.
Oh, and this is from working multiple places, from telecommunications to retail. I don't know what fucking people have against doing inventory. Just fucking sit there and count shit.
Yeah, I never had a problem with it. The only problem that I would ever have with inventory is when you're not properly staffed and you'd have a bunch of customers interrupting you. And that's the only problem I would ever have with inventory is when I was alone trying to run an entire store, trying to do inventory, and then people would keep coming up and needing help. But if there was like multiple people, I'd be like, all right, you run this, you run the front, I'm gonna run the back, and then no problem. I never had a problem, and I'll get into some of the extremes I went to make sure inventory was done properly at the various stores I worked at.
And staffing issues. Staffing issues are always fun stories.
Oh, definitely. Staffing issues was one of the reasons why I was trying to get out of where I was working at the first place to go to GameStop. But, Christ. So, I get the job at this mall store. And the thing about mall stores, it's different than like a store you drive to and you go inside. Because at a mall store, you get people just wandering in, not looking to buy anything. They don't want to get bothered. They're there to browse. That's all people do at the mall. They browse, they eat exorbitant amounts of shitty food, maybe buy things if they want to, probably stuff they don't need, and then they leave. But the appeal of a mall is walking around to all the different places, seeing things in person because you can't do that online. So you can't treat every customer that walks into your store like someone who's a seasoned gamer that has their membership and that they want to fucking talk to you about video games. Because fucking grandma...
They even have a vague idea of what you're going to talk to them about.
Exactly. Like, because grandma Meemon or fucking need to find something that her kids want for Christmas does not know what the goddamn hell a Power Up Rewards credit card is used for. Because I was working at the company when they introduced the use of the tablet, which you were supposed to go to, even when I was working there up until recently, you were still supposed to do this, but it was way less enforced. In the beginning, they were super gung-ho about it. You were supposed to take this tablet with you onto the sales floor. They would have a pouch for you and like a wristband so you could hold it easily in your arms. As you walk up to every person that walked into your store, and they had estimates, right? They had estimates of how many sales you were going to get. and a percentage of how many people were going to be in your store based off of how many sales you could get. So, and they were tracking your impressions on the tablet because you were supposed to look up their information of their Power Rewards card on the tablet. And so if you were projected to get 50 sales, you were roughly going to get 150 people coming into the store. That's not the exact math. My district manager once put it, they were like, you can get roughly 50% or a fourth of the sales of whatever. I think it was some stupid shit. But point is, you were supposed to go up to every fucking person and try to convince them to, oh, what kind of games are you into? What are you looking for today? Or do you have a Power Rewards card? Hey, you want to talk about this fucking thing? Are you interested in a bundle? You know, you should buy pre-owned because fucking bullshit. And have you tried the credit card that we're selling now? Because that is a reasonable investment in your credit line. GameStop credit card. I was also go ahead.
I don't know about you, but I am a very laid-back shopper, and if someone fucking runs fucking full steam at me with that, I just tend to leave. I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not my best sales, because I've worked in multiple retail and sales positions. I recently tallied it up. I have had 15 jobs in the past 7 years. That is not a brag. That is bad. That's over 2 jobs a year. I have had multiple positions in sales, and almost all my jobs have been dealing with people. And I have always performed best when I'm able to be more relaxed and real about what I'm saying and doing. So if you give me a script or a prompt or a series of bullshit that I have to say or ask, it does not work. Some people can take a set of prompts and mandated lines and turn it into Shakespeare. I am not one of those people. I have to do it my own kind of way. And that I want to be a voice actor, so obviously I can work with a script, because all I'm trying to sell while reading a script for a part is I'm selling my ability to read the line. But when I'm at a fucking store and I'm supposed to sell memberships and warranties and extra items and memberships, I think I already said that, but there was multiple memberships.
Rhetoric to sell something. To sell a product is different than rhetoric to sell yourself.
Exactly. It's ridiculous. And so, I was also there when they introduced the credit card, the Power Up Rewards credit card. And they would screen every customer. Every customer. If we had their information for a Power Up Rewards membership. And if they didn't have one of those, you were supposed to sign them up for it. And even some managers that I either worked for or would see, and when I visited other stores to work shifts there, or when we were holding meetings there, they would recommend signing people up without telling them if they didn't have them. Just like, oh, get their ID to verify their age. Go ahead.
The rewards card or the credit card?
For the rewards card.
I was like, because the credit card, I'm pretty sure that's illegal.
Oh, definitely. But you were like, oh, I need to see your ID to verify your age. And then you would type in all the shit from that. And then either get their phone number or put in a dummy phone number. And then there you go. Then that's all the information you'd need for the system to pre-screen them to apply for the credit card. And so, in theory, you could boost your membership numbers by not telling them, and then they already got screened for a credit card, and you're supposed to bring that up while you're also trying to sell them a warranty on their controller that they were persuaded to buy on top of the game they actually wanted, which fit into a sale that they didn't know was going on and doesn't help them in any way, while tacking on a membership that they didn't actually want because they didn't have it in the first place and didn't want it at all. And
You know, it really reminds me of fucking furniture salesman or used car salesman.
yeah, it's essentially it. And at least for those motherfuckers, they get commission. We don't. All we get is penalized if we don't get good enough numbers based off of company and district averages, or basically what they just estimate we should get. And these numbers are totally artificial. A lot of them are just programmed in by either the store manager or the district manager, and they're not accurate. Because when I was hired at that mall store,
So basically,
go ahead.
not useful to the salesperson.
Yeah, they're not accurate representations of what you're able to do, and they're not. They don't help anyone. All they do is potentially help a hiring manager to know who to fire. That's all they're there for.
And honestly, with the workforce, you don't even need to do that. Just look around. Who's actually trying?
Yeah, because no more than like, I think at most there was 3 people ever working in the store, and that was absolutely busiest. Other than like Black Friday or some shit. But like most of the time you'd get 1 person, maybe 2 on the weekends, and that'd be it. But yeah, it was absolutely fucking ridiculous. But because when I got hired there, I was a GA, which back then stood for Game Advisor. They changed it at some point in the past few years to Guest Advisor, because GameStop no longer cares about their game sales because they partnered with fucking ThinkGeek and Funko Pops and all these other bullshit, so that they're basically a collectibles store that also sells games. In fact, there are some stores, and there are a few of them up here, that are what are referred to as 50-50 stores, where one wall, the shorter wall, is video games, and the other wall is entirely made up of collectibles, Funko Pops, shirts, and other bullshit. And the sales floor...
Board games, crap like that.
Board games, yeah. And the sales floor is littered with all these stands and shelves full of more useless bullshit, which could be cool. I don't want to knock ThinkGeek. They have some cool shit. I've purchased stuff from there before. But GameStop took game out of the title of their employees because they don't care about their games. Games have not been their main source of income for a long time now.
Which, it's not like other industries, because, like, I know comic book stores basically did the same thing, but that's because comics are kind of dying.
Yeah, whereas video games are still probably, other than porn, the most profitable media platform out there. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. And because it turns out, at least recently, they started this at some point, I don't remember, but phones, tablets, smart devices.
Yeah.
They, at some point, they were partnered with, I think, Cricket or Boost Mobile or something. They were selling phones with, like, temporary phone plans. GameStop was selling cell phones, pre-owned cell phones, mind you, that were just factory reset, take out the SIM card, and then they'd sell you a fucking Boost Mobile or Cricket fucking card with a certain amount of minutes on it, and they were selling them.
I think they still do.
Some stores do.
The ones around here, I know the store I go to, the manager said he refused to do it. He will collect them, but...
Well, yeah, because that's the thing, is now they actually take in the trades. Well, not literally right now. They're not doing any trades or returns, or at least they're not supposed to. Some stores are still doing it, but because of the pandemic. But the policy is now they're accepting trades for that, and they were actually giving us a sheet to track how many quotes for trades of tech devices, specifically tablets, phones, etc., Google Homes, Roku's, fucking all this shit that has nothing to do with what we do. And we were supposed to keep track of how many quotes and trades we did in a day. And it had to be the goal, the minimum was 10. Which meant like anytime someone called, we were supposed to mention it. Anytime someone was at the register, we were supposed to add that to the never-ending list of shit we're supposed to tell them or ask them about. And we had to write down who gave the quote or trade, what the device was, what time it happened, whether it was a quote or a trade, how much was quoted or traded for. And it was, and that lasted for a while, and they actually had tiered bonuses for that. It wasn't a commission, because it was based on the entire store. If the store made numbers, then the store manager would get like an extra $10. Assistant store manager would get like 5, and a SGA would get 2, and a GA would get like 50 cents. And that's if they made numbers every day. They were encouraged to go to neighboring, because a lot of GameStops are in strip malls. They're encouraged to go to like the cell phone stores that they'd be attached to, and say like, hey, if someone can't do a trade over here, send them to us, or stuff like that. And it turns out the reason why they were pushing this so goddamn hard, they actually stopped doing not commissions, but they stopped doing bonuses for that because people were like selling in, trading in stolen merchandise, which people were encouraged not to refuse obviously stolen merchandise, which is fucking illegal. A lot of what GameStop is doing is fucking illegal.
Shop shit. Like,
yeah.
Did I mention it's not stolen? Well, then I can add an extra $50 on that for you.
Yeah. It's fucking ridiculous. And but yeah, they stopped giving bonuses out for that. And the reason they're doing it is because what they're doing is they're bundling them up and selling them to foreign countries that go on to sell them cheaply or take them apart for parts. Mm. So if you trade in your old cell phone to GameStop, then that thing is going to wind up in Indonesia somewhere or China or some shit. And that's what GameStop's doing to try to survive until the next console cycle. That's their fucking plan.
Because it makes sense, because you got some precious metals, cobalt, gold, all that crap, and $800, like few $100 worth of it in a $50 cell phone.
Yeah. And see, that's the thing, is like the most common complaint anyone levies against GameStop, and it's absolutely true, is that they rip off people who trade stuff in. You trade in a game that you bought literally the week before for $60, and they'll give you 20 for it at most. And that's if it's a popular title. If you wait any longer than that, it's like $10, and then you wait a month, it's $3. That's essentially where that, unless it's a Switch game, because those fuckers never drop in price. So if you spent $1,000 on your cell phone, and it so much has a tiny little scratch on it anywhere, not even on the screen, on the back even, that drops the price from what you could have gotten, which at most, I remember they were offering for the iPhone like 11 Max Pro, which had just come out, like a $1,500 phone or some shit. The trade-in price was $500. That means you could literally buy it at the store next to us, come over and trade it in, and you would lose 2/3 of your fucking profit by doing that. And
which is shitty, but I somewhat understand, because if you trading that in, my first thought is, what the fuck is wrong with this phone? When did you
Exactly.
steal it?
Exactly. And a lot of people fucking did. Like, I remember I was working at a store in a shitty ass neighborhood, and this coked up couple kept bringing in, like, because the limit was 3 phones per transaction. So one person would come in with 3 brand new fucking phones. They would clear out our register with trades, and then the other partner would come in and trade in 3 other fucking new ass phones, and they would take a huge chunk of our safe, and they'd wait like a week, and then they'd come and do it again with brand new fucking phones. Sometimes they didn't even have the fucking plastic peeled off of them. It was fucking ridiculous. They were never in boxes, but it was goddamn ridiculous. And I know they were on fucking cocaine. So these people are druggies stealing phones, and we were encouraged to still do the trade. Still do the trade. We were encouraged by corporate, who literally said, if you did not see the theft, then you don't know it was stolen. You can only guess. And the only precaution taken is that some stores have a trade hold system where anything that's traded in, and this is tiered. Some stores, everything is on trade hold. Video games, tablets, consoles, everything's trade hold, where you can trade it in, but you don't wipe its data for a week. Which means if you trade in a phone, and they don't tell you if it's on trade hold, you are not supposed to know this. You can trade in your phone, and they will keep your information on that device. And it's available to anyone that works at that store. And if it gets stolen, which is the whole reason why the trade holds would be there, is because it's in shitty neighborhoods where shit gets stolen all the time. That means whoever steals your shit would have all of your data. Because if you wipe it before you go in there, they have to actually boot it back up and start it in again in order to test it to make sure it works. That's how fucked this is. And some stores will do trade holds for everything. Some stores will only do it for tech devices and consoles. And some stores don't have trade holds at all, which means that your device just has to hopefully be remembered by whoever the fuck they hired to get wiped after you trade it in, so that your information doesn't wind up in the hands of someone in fucking China or a warehouse somewhere while you've lost 2/3 of your fucking money on this trade. And remember, if it has even so much as a tiny little scratch anywhere on it, for that iPhone 11 Max Pro, whatever the fuck, where you're already losing 2/3 of your profit, that $500 you could have gotten drops to $80. And if it doesn't turn on, if it's totally fucked, $3. And that's for a brand new phone. There were some phones where people would ask, like, how much could I get for this thing? It doesn't really turn on. You said you'd take damaged products. I was like, yeah, we can. It was like a Galaxy S7 or some not very old thing. 2 cents.
That's fucked.
It was absolutely fucking ridiculous. So, I've kind of jumped ahead here.
I've
Go ahead.
had with that is trading in old iPods.
Yeah.
Because I was cleaning and I found the old 3 old shuffles. Because from when my whole family lived here, and a nano.
Damn.
And I was like, well, they haven't lived here for 5-ish years. I doubt they'll care. Because they've never asked about them.
Yeah.
And this is the only... I just walked in and I was like, how much for these? Looked it up. One of them he looked up twice, which, knowing that, I was like, that's why you looked it up twice. I got $15 for them and I was happy, but that's because I didn't spend money on these things.
Yeah, that for you, that was free money. And that was kind of how we were supposed to pitch it, right? They were supposed to be like, do you have any devices hanging around the house you're not really using? An old tablet that you got in a drawer somewhere or anything like that? Well, it's basically free money, which is not true, because even for those shuffles, someone bought those fucking things and they're out money now. But
Yeah.
At the same time, if you're not fucking using it, you might as well get something for it. But
And with Apple products, you were out money the exact next year.
oh
If
yeah,
you dropped
the moment you bought it, devalued immediately.
it's like buying a car where you drive it off the lot and they're like, oh, yep, that's
Yeah.
$300 because
Mm-hmm.
it ain't new anymore.
Exactly. Which sucks because I remember we started a lease on a brand new car, and it already had miles on it, which I obvious you had to get it to the fucking lot somewhere, and you had to drive it from where it's parked to where you're demoing it and all that other stuff. But I remember thinking like, this has already gotten driven. What the fuck? What? Why is there miles on this brand new car? This is bullshit. I want. And then I was like, wait a minute. No, don't be stupid.
If you wanted that, you should go to the fucking factory and
Yeah,
just wait outside.
exactly. Like that's the only place you're gonna get it. And ugh. Anyway, I've kind of jumped ahead a little bit because most of that shit happened in my second tenure with the company. My first tenure with the company was from August of 2014 to August of 2015. I was 1 week shy of a year. Uh, but I just say it's a year. It's whatever.
Because who the fuck says it's 11 months?
Yeah. Well, 11 months and 3 weeks. Like,
Just round up to a year.
yeah. I even pulled up a fucking list of shit that I actually wrote a lot of stuff down last time I left GameStop because I wanted to talk about it and I just never got around to it. I'm glad I didn't because probably would have gotten me in trouble considering why I got fired this time around. Oh my god.
The reason you got fired.
Have I told you why I got fired?
I was on your live stream.
Oh yeah, yeah, you were. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I'll get to that.
I tune in to your live streams.
I
Can't hide
appreciate
from
that.
me.
I appreciate that. I really do. Um, so let's look at the list and see what all I wanted to mention all those years ago. Yes, I remember I was actually starting to talk about this. The numbers, those sales numbers, they track how much pre-owned you're selling because that's how GameStop gets money from consoles and games. It's pre-owned because they don't have to share money with the developers in that. So that's why they push pre-owned so much because it's more profit for them. They also push your GPGs, which is your game protection stuff. That's the $1 to $3 they want to tack on to protect your game, which literally just turns out to be like a one-time replacement if it doesn't work. Which, considering most pre-owned games don't fucking work, because that's the thing is I have worked for a collective like about almost 2 years at this company, off and on since 2014, and I know for sure there's no standardized like make sure you look for this, that, and the other. Like there'll be a poster in the back, or maybe they had like a level up, which is the stupid ass training system they have. A bunch of fucking quizzes to help people go over the store policies, but they try to turn it into a game. You collect points to unlock avatars, and you have a leaderboard, and they're all written in like zany language, like, oh, whoa, what does this DLC unlock? A new character, a new skin, a new weapon, or your mom's divorce papers? Like, stupid shit like that, but less funny. Uh, it's so fucking dumb. And every time a new game comes out, or a new policy comes out, or some new shit happens, there's a new level up, and you have to complete that shit. And you can get in trouble for not doing them. It's so fucking dumb. But uh, there are things to look for on your discs to make sure that they're at a less risk of being damaged. One of them is to basically just check the data ring around the center, on the back of your disk, around the center, around the hole. There's a little data ring around that. And if you basically have even so much as a tiny scratch on that, it's fucked. Don't even bother with it. That's why you should always ask to see the. And it's annoying to ask to see the disc. It's like not leaving the drive-through window until you go through your bag, but like you should still do that, or at least like with the
Like
drive-through exam.
cursory glance, like, hey,
Yeah,
can I see that real quick?
exactly. Because at one of the stores I worked at, no fucking joke, I wound up having to defect out, which is the way they described taking something out of your system because it's broken. I had to defect out. I would have to say a cumulative over a couple of times over $1,000 fucking dollars worth of games that were scratched to holy hell. Either on the disc around it or the data ring was fucked and just wasn't ever taken. I have the I had I don't know if I have it anymore, but I had this picture where I went through the Wii section by itself. And I did this at multiple stores I worked at. I went through the Wii section because once you get like the Blu-ray discs, those things are fucking tougher. You still need to look out for that data ring, but like um, 360 games and Wii games, which are pretty much the only discs at GameStop that they sell that aren't Blu-ray anymore, because PS3 and the generations after that all have the Blu-ray capability. Those discs are way more susceptible to the older ones are more susceptible to scratches. So if you're buying a 360 or Nintendo Wii game, definitely check the disc, because I had a picture at one store where I had 3 stacks that were like 50 games high of discs that I went through in one night that were defective. And my manager was pissed. Not because the merchandise was bad, but because I defected them all out at once. So the store on record lost like $500 that day. And they got scolded from the district manager about that. They tried to blame me, but I'll get to that manager later because that was at a different store.
What the fuck are you supposed to do? Because I I feel like the reviews using customer, satisfaction going down would probably be way worse for you than
Yeah, yeah,
losing inventory.
yeah. Well, see, that's the thing is like even if and this is in GameStop's eyes, if you sell someone a game with a GPG and they return it immediately, like they go home, they try it, and they take it back, and they will do that, you've made money because you don't get that replacement plan returned. You don't get that $1 to $3 returned. So if you sell someone a shitty ass game and they return it, you still made money. And with those cheaply, easily damaged games, most people buy them in bulk. And that's why they do those like buy four, get two of them for half off type of deals.
Mm.
Is they're trying to get you to buy them in bulk. They're trying to get these cheap games out of their store. And the cheap games are the ones that are most likely damaged. And
Yeah.
so if you can get a GPG on all of those, you made a bulk profit even if they get returned. And not everyone will get returned because some people, when they get home, they don't want to drive all the way back to the store to replace it. So most often than not, they're just trying to get the shit out of the store, whether it's good or not. That it's knowingly selling broken merchandise
Oh
is
yeah.
absolutely despicable.
Which this is just a funny anecdote on that, which I think again just proves that if you have fucking managers who actually give a fuck,
Yeah.
the difference. I never buy GPG. because when I do, I am guaranteed to use it. I have bought shitty games, less than $1 games, perfectly fine, whatever. But out of the 5 times I've bought it, I have needed to use it within the week.
Damn.
So
You're
last time
cursed.
I went to get a game, the manager of the store was checking me out, and I was sitting there talking to him, and he was like, "Do you want the GBG?" And I said, "Ed, yeah, sure." And he was like, "You never get that." And he checked the game, and it did not work.
God damn. God damn, you're like an oracle. Freaking GPG oracle over here. You
But
do not want
I'm
this
just
game.
thinking, well, I should listen to my gut now. Just
Yeah.
anytime I'm like, yeah, I should probably get it.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts.
Because even new games, I got, what was it, Agents of Mayhem. And brand new, still wrapped.
Oh yeah.
I pre-ordered it, got it home. It got the GPG for it. It glitched on the last level. Anytime you tried to activate it, the game just shut down fully.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like I have gotten so many new games still shrink wrapped that the disc is loose inside. It's because these things are packed like total shit. Like we'll get brand new merchandise in reused boxes that were taped at some other store or at the warehouse. Like we're not getting shit from the factory here. They ship everything to the distribution center in Grapevine, Texas, where there was a known COVID case and they didn't shut the fucking warehouse down. By the way, um, but yeah, so don't buy online from them either because online, all the inventory in stores come from that warehouse, and online orders come from the stores. So basically, everything could be contaminated, even if no one's in the stores right now. Don't fucking just don't. If you have any pre-orders at GameStop, cancel them as soon as you can. You can't right now, but as soon as you can. Don't fucking go there unless you have a good store that you know is sanitizing all of their shit. Because like my store manager at the store I most recently worked at, he went through on one shift and literally wiped down every case on the walls. And you could tell because the fuckers were sticking together. It was goddamn ridiculous. Pre-owned sales, GPGs, PRPs, which is essentially just a GPG for more expensive shit. Those are your warranties for like controllers, consoles, etc. Um, then they also have your trades on there, and I think a few others. But the main thing is that these numbers are so easily manipulated. It's not even fucking funny. You remember I was talking about the guy, the assistant store manager that was doing the interviews, the short feller.
Mm.
He had this fun little trick that he liked to do when I was working with him. Whenever he was actually in the store, because most of the time, if it was just me and him, he would leave me in the store alone, which you're not supposed to do, so that he could go across the way to talk to the girl that worked at the GNC there, because he was trying to smash. Main thing, though, I'm not trying to interrupt anyone's game, but you're not supposed to leave a GA in the store by themselves. And it's not like he was like a million miles away, or even there was a door in between us. But if I needed his help, I would have had to yell across a mall. Um,
Which that mall is not quiet even on slow days.
yeah. So he shouldn't have done that. But the thing he liked to do is we had a second tablet. It was a tablet, I believe. I don't remember where this came from. It might have been the store managers, but we like to play music on it.
Hmm.
I like to play video game theme music when I'm working. I always get it cleared with the store manager there before I do so, because some people don't want it. It's never been turned down though. It was totally fine. But
Because it would be kind of weird if video game store was like, no game music, fuck you.
Yeah, well, at most it'd be like no music because there is the dumbass, stupid, unnecessary piece of crap that is GSTV blaring over the speakers with playing the
The
same.
same five
Yeah.
commercials.
Oh my god. That was actually one of the things about doing this curbside pickup delivery at door thing that was actually fine is that we got to turn GSTV off.
Because really, who's gonna be listening to it?
Exactly. And it was so fucking nice being able to be in that store and not have that inane garbage playing in the background. Holy crap. I,
I mean,
yeah.
yeah, like I've sat and listened to it, and I was like, oh god, if I had to.
Yeah. All day, every day. God.
Sorry, if you hear Mac, he's crying for no particular reason.
That's okay. I understand. Um, but yeah, that's one of the things about like the delivery at door thing. Like, we shouldn't have been doing it. We should have been closed. Um, I'll get more to of that, but the big takeaway is that were things a bit different, it could have been tolerable for me. But
Hmm.
I'll get to all that later on.
Like
Uh,
I know a few game stores went super where you had to only order online and you can only be there to pick up, and you basically have to speak through the door.
yeah, that's essentially. I'll go into more of the detail when we get to that. I'm gonna try to rush through this so that I can get to the more recent happenings.
All right,
Um,
you don't have to rush. I got nothing else to do today. That was
all
the
right.
only thing that.
Yeah. Um, so the assistant store manager, he he would change the music from what I was playing. He would make fun of what I was playing. He'd call it whatever, and he was a bit of a dick. I remember one time I was with you and I was fucking doing classwork, and I think I like called to get the schedule,
Hmm.
and he was like, "You just get it when you come in." Well, we do call him, and he's just a total tool. But the worst part probably would be that he would stand behind the counter, and whenever a customer would come in, he'd have me go talk to them. Now I got social anxiety problems. I when I work tend to stay behind the counter, which you're not supposed to do, but like I'm not good at walking up to someone and getting in their face and being like, "Let me sell you some shit," because no one likes that, and I know that, and I don't want people to find me annoying, and I don't want to annoy people in general.
Oh
Um,
yeah. Even when I did retail, I would be like, I need to find something to do near them to justify why I walked up.
exactly, and but we had that fucking tablet, and we had to push our shit, and so he would make me go up there. And I would eventually, sometimes, most of the times, convince them to buy some shit or find something that they were looking for or whatever the fuck. And I would take them up to the counter, and then the fucking assistant manager would be like, "I got this. You can go back out to the floor." And he would take the sales number. He would get credit for the sale that I made, but he would get it because he would sign in. And every time you open a transaction, you don't sign into a register and then it's your register like most places. You have to sign in for every fucking transaction. So
Sounds annoying as fuck.
it is. So you sign them for your transaction so that they can keep track of who fucking made the transaction, even though there's multiple registers. So realistically, you could just have one person sign into the register and that'd be it. But these
Multiple registers and only like three people there.
exactly, egg fucking exactly. But that's not what they do. What they these registers, by the way, really fucking buggy. Like the piece of shit system, the point of sale system, absolute garbage. Barely functions worth the speed of a fucking snail with a limp. Uh, and here's the kicker: it runs on Windows 95. These computers are
Might as well just
running.
do fucking DOS at that point. Like,
Yeah,
just go retro.
these computers are running on Windows 95 on multiple stores I worked at. I don't know that I ever had a store that ran at anything above that. And I worked at multiple fucking stores. And they only replace things if they are explicitly totally unusable. And they don't replace them with anything new. They replace them with stuff from other stores or similar model stuff. They don't trade up. And they just get similarly shitty stuff because it's cheaper.
Which is weird because 10 was free for like months.
Well, yeah, 10 was free, but if you use 10 on a really old computer, it won't work properly because it's a higher processing system, and we can't run that on a shitty, old, slower processing computer. So you see my deal here.
Mm-hmm.
So, on an operating system that isn't virus protected anymore, that's what
Because everyone's like, if you're running this, you're obviously not on the internet.
Yeah, but we were. But we did. We used the internet, and it was so shit.
What's it called? An intranet? Where it's just within the building?
Pretty much, yeah. But yeah, he would take all my sales, and so, and when I was working at that mall store, they only gave me like 1, maybe 2 shifts a week, and there were only like 4 hours a piece, usually. And so I would get 1 15-minute break to sit down, maybe. It was a big maybe. And so if that was my only time to make a sales impression. So if I didn't have any fucking transactions, or if he just decided not to take transactions from people who obviously were just trying to get their shit and get out, my sales numbers would be shit. Because he would take all the ones that were engaged and probably going to get a GPG or a membership or anything like that. But if it was like an old person or someone he didn't want to deal with, then I'd get that one. You know, it'd be 1 or 2 transactions out of an entire shift that he wouldn't fucking steal from me. So all my pre-owned sales numbers, all my trade numbers, all my fucking membership numbers all went to him. He took all of it. And so I would continually get fucking reamed because what they did is they posted the numbers on the back of the door for the stock room, which in the mall, the stock room was really, really small.
Basically, something customers could also see. Because
no.
I've walked in there a few times and that door's been open.
Oh yeah, door's open. It's on the back of it.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, customers couldn't see it, but anyone who goes into that room and then the door closes or they just look behind it can see everyone's numbers, which means everyone in that who's working there knows how well everyone else is doing, which is not how that shit's supposed to be done because that encourages people to fucking snipe like the assistant store manager was doing. Because he always had pretty good numbers, even though he did fucking nothing. And then my numbers would get shit. And I actually got passed over for a promotion because I was pretty good. That's the thing, is I've worked at multiple stores, and at multiple stores, I've been one of the best people there. Obviously, you know, in 2014, I wasn't as good as I was in 2020, but I was still fucking good at what I was doing. I was good at talking to people in a real way that they appreciated within the boundaries of what I had to do, and also within the boundaries of professionalism. But I got passed over for consideration for a promotion to senior game advisor at the time. Now it's guest advisor. I got passed over because they put this on my permanent record, visible to anyone. And when I came back years later, it was still there. I used my old employee number, so that was still on my record. They said I was unreliable because I fucking only worked once or twice a week, which is all they scheduled me for, and that during busier times, I couldn't take extra shifts. Why? Because I had a second job, because they only gave me 1 or 2 shifts a week. So I had to have a second job at Top Golf, which took up my middle of the week shifts when I wasn't also in class, because I was also in college. But if I got that promotion, I would have quit Top Golf because I would have made more money probably at GameStop, and I didn't like working at Top Golf. Fuck Top Golf. Um, but I got passed over because on my permanent record, my store manager called me unreliable. And during the entire time I worked there, I got, I think, a 10-cent raise. I worked there for a year. And they gave me middle of the road to negative remarks on my permanent record because my numbers weren't good, because I kept getting sniped. They kept putting me with the assistant store manager who kept sniping my fucking numbers. And what, I can't do shit about it. Because if I said anything about it, all of a sudden he's out of the fucking store, or I'm doing all the organizing, or the next week I went from 2 shifts to 1 shift. I wonder why that happened. Well, we just didn't have the hours that week. Who got the extra hours? Well, the assistant store manager did. It was fucking ridiculous. It was blatant retaliation, and it was that's unlawful, by the way. It's, in the words of Dana White, fucking illegal. But so that's what happened there. I did enjoy working with one girl that worked with me. Her name was Cheyenne. You might remember Cheyenne.
I do.
Yeah. I did a couple.
And I do have advice for other people going through that.
Go ahead.
This is what I learned from someone who's worked from 2 people, between them and 50 years of retail experience. And like, if your boss starts doing shit, and especially if you're just, I don't want to say petty, but in some situations you have to be petty to make behavior stop. Take pictures and send them directly to corporate's HR. Because do you know who doesn't fuck around? Because if you report it to your manager, they might not run it up the hill because it could make them look bad. But your HR doesn't give a fuck if they look bad. And then anytime they start to retaliate, just talk to your HR rep. Just keep, and if you make it very clear that you start to get buddy with HR, and they know what's going on, then retaliation becomes that much harder, because his HR will start to know you by name.
I'm gonna cut in here. I'm gonna say I would absolutely agree with that in all exceptions, in all situations except GameStop, because HR GameStop is not impartial. It is instructed explicitly to fire for any reason, to avoid fair judgment, because they're just trying to cut costs and they're not going to get fired. They know they have a workforce lined up of a bunch of blind fanboys that just think, oh, video games, I can do that, without knowing what the fuck the job actually entails. And also, I got fired by HR recommendation. And I've also seen HR in multiple districts have favoritism towards store managers that they either like or that corporate has deemed getting good enough numbers. GameStop HR is, I would say, an exception to the good advice that you gave, because GameStop HR is all about cutting nuts off and silencing complaints and doing nothing to help anyone.
Sorry. Took a drink and it went down the wrong pipe.
Oof. Because I got a couple of GameStop HR stories from my tenure there, and yeah, uh, I still have the contact information of the person, my HR contact, and I have debated back and forth of the past few days whether or not to talk to them or not. I basically have said that I won't because I don't believe I am currently of the mind to, if I were to talk to them, to say anything that I could later say I 100% stand by. Essentially, I don't know that I wouldn't say anything I wouldn't regret.
Yeah.
But anyway, I will get to that. But and yes, in most reputable companies, if you talk to HR, you that is a much better route to go to than just talking to store management, because most store management wants to keep it in that store so their reputation won't be tanked.
Mm. Pictures and knowing your HR rep. That's 100%.
Yep, and make sure to check the laws in your state about recording people without their knowledge, because in some places that can be a crime, but in a lot of places it isn't. And if it isn't where you're at, anytime higher management talks to you, record it on your phone. Straight up record that shit. I'm
Mm.
serious.
In most places, you can and get away as long as you inform them.
Yeah. And
So,
that's the thing is, as soon as you inform someone that you're recording them, they're gonna act differently. Um, but
but
yeah,
then, even if they act differently and start to agree with you, you then have them agreeing with you
yeah, true.
on tape.
Yeah. So yeah, it really just, yeah, be careful about it, but cover your ass. That's the line. Cover your ass and talk to people who can actually make change if
Hmm.
someone's fucking with you.
Like,
Um,
this is along the same lines, but especially with sickness going around. I have a few friends who don't do this, but I've been a manager and I've been very buddy buddy with my HR in multiple jobs. If you start to feel sick, tell your boss, because then if you don't show up, you've covered your ass. You can say, I called in sick, or I texted in sick, or I informed them.
yeah,
That way they can't be like, well, it was no call, no show. You have proof. If
yeah,
you text and email 100% should do. Do I avoid phone calls because phone calls can't be recorded, or record yourself and tell them you record,
yep.
because emails and phone calls, you both have a written time stamped message of when that came.
100%
That
agree.
that way they can't be like, well, he never called. Well, nope, I have proof right here. I called it within the mark right there. So if you want to talk to our HR rep with me about that,
There you go. There the fuck you go. Because you don't have to be an employee to talk to HR. So if they fire you, you can still talk to HR. You're not like unallowed to talk to them anymore. It's not like you might be banned from the store, but you can still talk to HR.
mm-hmm.
Um,
And if you don't know HR's number, you can call the corporate office and they will patch you through. They
there
might
you
not
go.
like it, but
Yeah, there you go. But yeah. Oh fuck. Sorry.
but I felt sorry. I just for that tangent. I just felt that was some advice to
Oh yeah, yeah.
pass on
That
that I don't
very good. Because I mean, shit, I didn't know about HR when I was working at this store.
exactly, because they try not to tell you this shit because they know they can get in trouble.
Yeah, there's just a bunch of fucking posters they're supposed to put up in the back, and they don't talk about them. They don't draw your attention to them, and you have like no time to fucking read them all. And so, yeah, it's fucking dumb. But yes, there was someone I did like working with at that store. It was Cheyenne. I remember mention. We You remember her. We actually got pretty close. We actually discussed the possibility of uh, I don't want to call it polygamy, but it was a multi-person, more than two-person relationship. I really liked working with her. She was fun. She actually cared about her job. She cared about doing right by her customers. She was enthusiastic as hell. Fantastic tits. But yeah, it was. I kid
I was gonna
because
say
I kid
you can
because we're
say that now
friends.
because now it's not sexual harassment.
Exactly. I kid because not only are we friends, but yeah, we like I just said, me and her had talked about being in a multi-person relationship. That's when you are closely together with someone. That's the kind of friends outside of work, outside of a work environment. That's that. But um, that in contrast to at a different store where I will get to when someone got mad at me in retaliation for actually calling HR, they tried to claim that I was sexually harassing them. Turned out the HR agreed there was no basis for it, and that it just so neatly happened to coincide with them finding out that I called HR. All of a sudden, I'm a monster. I wonder where that fucking happened. So yeah, I didn't get in trouble for that, but they did grill me on the phone about it. And that's the thing about a corrupt HR official is that they know the answers they need to get to fire you, and so they
Oh
will
yeah,
try to get you to say things that you probably don't actually believe, or they will try to get you to say things that they didn't ask you to say, but they're trying to get you to say, and it's fucked. It's so fucked. The amount of corruption and pure enabling of monstrous behavior in GameStop, corporate and on certain store levels, is obscene. This company needs to fucking die. I'm serious. This company needs to fucking die. Not any people. I'm not saying any people need to die, but the fucking company needs to fucking go. It's done. I'm fucking tired of it. Um, but yeah,
that's what I experience with most of these fucking huge game store conglomerations.
yeah, it's so dumb. And I remember seeing this mock-up of an attempt GameStop's going to try to make, possibly to try to stay relevant, and by uh changing their locations to have playing stations at their stores, like tables to do tabletop, some CRTs to play
At,
N64s and stuff.
at that fuck point, you're just a fucking tabletop game lounge.
Yeah. And you know the thing about those places? They're awesome when you don't have people in your ear bothering you all the time. Those places are best run by individuals that you know personally, or that you get to know personally, that don't fucking bother you, that are there to help you, that maybe run a good environment. But there is not a single fucking team of players that are going to want to play at a GameStop gaming lounge, because they're going to be in their ear about fucking memberships and all this other bullshit all the time. And they're going to be fucking going off and off about trying to upsell numbers. And no one's going to want to
And
be
on
in
top of
that.
that, can you fucking imagine tabletop tabletop players or like old school old lounge players mixed with the fucking FIFA and Call of Duty hardcore players?
Yeah.
That going well.
All while GSTV is playing the same seven fucking commercials on loop in the background.
I 100% know at least one fist fight a week would break out.
100%. 100. And most of the fucking stores aren't big enough for that.
No.
Like,
Where
the
the fuck would
GameStop,
you set up a table?
yeah, the GameStop at the mall, the one I started working at, no, that's not even big enough to be a fucking GameStop, let alone a lounge. Another
You
store I
would
worked
have
at
one
was,
table just
yeah,
right there, and barely have room between that and the counter.
yeah, it's so fucking dumb. And it's a blatant attempt to try to just stay alive when it's life support at this point. It's fucking life support. And there's
Honestly, a better move would just to be moved completely on Amazon or
yeah.
to fucking online only.
Yeah. Or and if you're gonna have brick and mortar stores, severely cut down on the amount of them. Like you mentioned, the mall store I worked at in Kansas, there was a store, a GameStop store across the street. There's another example of that right down the street from me up here. There are too many fucking stores, especially when there's more Walmarts than you can fucking shake a stick at. I don't know, I fucked up that phrasing, but you get what I mean. There's more Walmarts that sell the same shit and more at sometimes better prices. And they don't fucking bother you because no one at Walmart wants to talk to you. No one there wants to fucking deal with you. At most,
100%, they will only walk up to you if you are looking at expensive shit.
yeah. And most
And
of the
that's
time,
only to make sure that you're not gonna steal it.
yeah. And most games are locked behind things, so they're like, oh, they'll come over, unlock it, take it to the register, sell it to you, and you're gone. You don't have to worry about the Walmart Power Up Rewards membership. You don't have to worry about the Walmart GPG. I'd mostly be like, do you want a warranty? No? Okay. And that's it. That's it. They don't give a shit. It's because they're not getting fucking commission or tallied on that shit. It doesn't fuck as long as they're not stealing shit. As long as they're not keeping an unsafe or unclean workplace, they're fine. It's oh my fucking god. So yeah, GameStop needs to dramatically decrease the amount of stores they have, if not go entirely online. And yeah, it's I just personally think the corporation needs to fucking go away. They brought on Reggie from Nintendo as a pure fucking PR stunt move because at the same time that they brought on Reggie, who's only been on the board of directors for 8 days because he started on 420. I wonder where they picked that fucking that date from. But at the same time that they announced Reggie, they also brought on 2 other motherfuckers onto the board of directors. I don't remember their names, but they had a little bio on the email that went out to all the stores. And while no one was talking about those motherfuckers, they were just talking about, oh, Reggie's going to save GameStop. Reggie, he wasn't even going to be on the board of directors for like a month beforehand. But these 2 guys started immediately, and these 2 guys were former executives from other failing companies. There's a whole sector of the executive workforce dedicated to people jumping from store and company to company, basically teaching all the executives there how to maximize their profits and then knowing when to jump ship. That's all they're there for.
Like, fucking, what was it? Amtrak just got in fucking hot water.
Yeah.
Recently. And if you look at this motherfucker's work history, who's proposing all of this shit, he came from fucking American Airlines and they fired his dumbass.
Yeah. And like the CEO of like Lowe's is a guy who ran another company into the ground and bankrupted them. It's like these executives and corporate officials are literally just going from company to company, being scouted by executives at these companies that want to fill up their pockets with as much shit before the building burns down, and then get the fuck out of there. That's what they're there for. It's all they're there for. They're essentially just lawyers. And Reggie was only brought on as a PR thing because no one talked about the other 2 motherfuckers. They just talked about Reggie, who hasn't even been, he's only been on the board of directors for a fucking week. That's it. And then these 2 people are brought on, and all of a sudden, the fucking, all the corporate responses to the pandemic are absolute dick. That's because the fucking pandemic, and I'm jumping around again, but the pandemic started, and at first they were like, all right, try to limit the amount of people in your store. How the fuck are we supposed to do that? When there's 1 or 2 people there, they wanted a maximum of like 6 to 10 people in the store at any time. But you can't just like tell people don't come in, or if someone comes in, they're like, hey, if you're browsing, someone came in and we're trying to limit the amount of people, so find stuff and leave. Like that, it doesn't work. It does not happen that way. So eventually,
hey, you've been in here the longest. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, no, it doesn't work. Take it from me personally, it didn't fucking work. And so after that, they eventually did the delivery at door thing. And the delivery at door system was essentially just our buy online, pick up in store thing, and the system was so ill prepared to take on the bulk of all of the traffic that that first day I didn't get any orders until an hour before we closed because it was all backlogged and totally ill prepared. They didn't know what they were doing. And in the first few days, they just said no transactions at all. Just have people come to the door, get their stuff, and leave. They can't come in. They didn't give us any cleaning supplies. They didn't give us gloves. They didn't give us masks. They didn't give us hand sanitizer, soap, nothing. They actually told us not to order cleaning supplies because they couldn't send them to us anyway. But eventually they said, oh, now you can do credit card transactions at the door as long as it's a chip. So we could actually take people's cards into the store and do transactions so that we didn't lose at store sales. But the problem is that's fucking illegal. And so basically the stores were like, we're getting shut down. What are we going to do? So GameStop responded by sending a letter to all of the stores with a form that directed any police officer that came to a store to shut them down to go to the GameStop legal team and instructed the store members to refuse to close in the face of the police because they were deeming themselves an essential service.
Ugh.
They
Which
didn't.
is
Yeah.
hilarious because here they are.
Yeah.
My state did deem them essential.
Yeah. Which
So
is
many people were locked inside.
so fucked. And then like they wouldn't send gloves and shit, so they were just telling people like employees to put like GameStop bags over their hands when doing transactions.
See, what I've a better option because if you're gonna, if I had to take a guess, it's they couldn't find it for love or money. Is just be like, hey, if you can find it, buy it for your store, send us the receipt, we'll pay you back.
Yeah, they did try to say like, "Oh, we're encouraging store leaders to go and buy stuff for their own store." Thing is, no one could fucking find any. I have yet to be able to find any masks. The soaps are almost never in stock. Hand sanitizer get fucked.
Text Kyle because there he is making them up to CDC guidelines,
Face
and
masks?
yeah,
Yeah, I gotta.
and
My
donating them.
That's very cool of him. That's very cool of him to do.
So he gave me two for my family. So if you just text him, he'll mail you some.
That's awesome. I think I got a cloth one coming from Ivy. But I mean, I'm trying to get another job, so who knows how many I'll fucking need. Especially since now, starting May 1st, you have to wear them
Hmm.
in Illinois. Um, but yeah, it's there's a fucking Republican representative up here that filed a restraining order against the governor uh, because of the stay-at-home order, saying he is overstepping his powers, and a judge fucking granted it. With and so I don't I fucking I'm so mad. I had to stop watching the Philip DeFranco show or looking at any news.
Oh yeah,
Bec-
because there's fucking politicians across this goddamn nation passing bills they could not get passed because no one
yeah,
can go outside to
they're
fucking tell
taking
them not to.
they're taking advantage of everyone's fears and stoking them to try to get their fucking agendas across, and it's like they're being reckless with millions potentially of lives. People who could get sick or killed by this fucking disease. And it happened with fucking the Spanish flu, right? Where they had tried to put in limitations, but people were, they tried them, they got old, and they just
Oh,
decided to ignore them. And then the second wave killed like a million more people.
oh yeah,
Uh,
they what was it? Was Wisconsin or yeah, not Wisconsin, Wyoming fucking posted a story that the Spanish flu instructions have proven to be more capable than the instructions they have gotten from
Yeah.
their local government. And I'm like, that's fantastic that you've kept that, and it apparently still works.
Yeah. But in like every store where you're seeing every state where you're seeing these like these dumbass fucking reckless ass protests of people who are like, we want to work, and they're defending the goddamn system that made it impossible to live without selling your time for a piddly amount of money. Like, I get that they are financially fucked and they need financial assistance, but work is not the solution. Assistance is the solution. That's what government is for. And having an infrastructure in place or putting an infrastructure in place to help these people instead of gathering and spreading in all these states where these protests have happened. Like immediately you see, well, oh, the fucking cases went up like 17% right after the fucking rally. Where all
I
these,
wonder why.
yeah, it's fucking ridiculous. There are
Or people talk about the bell curve for healthcare, but no one's talking about the bell curve that got fucked for the Department of Labor.
yeah,
The
like
Department of Labor was obviously not ready for this shit.
yeah, there are healthcare professionals and essential workers in grocery stores or and services, fire departments, police officers, healthcare, hospitals, doctors. There are people dying trying to do their best to save people's lives, and people are like, I want to be able to cut my hair again. I'm tired of this. Like, the amount of fucking privilege these ridiculous children have
Especially
is
when you see them, like some of them in full hazmat gear,
yeah,
protesting. You're
yeah,
like, what the fuck? If you're really not that afraid, why the hell do you look like you work for the CDC?
yeah. I had to stop reading and watching the news because I was literally I found myself just watching and I love Philip DeFranco. I love watching his show, but I have to stop because I'm just sitting in my house. I'm financially fucked. I got fired. I got denied for unemployment. I have to find a job or hope to God disability gets here quick if they approve me at all, uh, so that I don't lose my fucking house because my landlord isn't stopping rent. My utility company isn't stopping bills. My car loan people aren't holding off on payments. None of these fuckers are helping me. And my stimulus check was fucking late and only showed up as soon as I lost my fucking job, so that's not going anywhere. That's just maybe a month of extra time to hopefully get something lined up. But because I'm disabled, no one's fucking hiring me. And no one's hiring in general because everyone's business is fucking down across the board. So I'm fucked and I'm just trying to not panic all the damn time. I'm applying to jobs every fucking day, trying to distract myself doing chores, trying to build box screens, complaining about GameStop, but I'm spending all my time having fucking panic attacks and freaking the fuck out because I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know how I'm gonna survive. I don't know how I'm going to live, and I don't want my family to be fucking homeless because GameStop decided to fire me because I sent a fucking video to someone that I thought would find it funny. They posted online. All of a sudden, I am in violation of the social media policy. I get fired without any previous infractions on the rules at all. And so now I'm fucking unemployed and no income coming in outside of Patreon. I'm fucked because GameStop took this opportunity in this situation to fuck me and fuck my family. And as far as I'm concerned, that company needs to fucking die for all the shit they did before I even got fired. And at past that point, if there's anything I could fucking do to make that company crumble to the fucking ground, then I will goddamn do it. I have no problem saying that place is run by incompetent, idiotic, heartless pieces of shit that don't deserve the fucking air they breathe and the money they waste. I'm fucking tired of it. So do you want to keep talking about the time I worked at the mall store, or how you feeling?
Probably should continue chronologically.
Okay, so chronologically, let's go back to the first place I worked at. And that's still the mall store. I worked there for a little while. I got turned down for the promotion, but it was only my third jobs, and so I didn't really have anywhere else I could go at the time. I didn't really have an incentive. I was still living at home, so I really didn't need to make a whole lot of money.
Hmm.
But um, let's see. Let's look at the list and see. Oh yeah, the I was going to mention about Cheyenne. In addition to also almost being polygamous with each other, she was the only other employee at that entire store that liked Nintendo. Like, I don't know how you work for a video game store and you don't even
Like
know Nintendo.
Nintendo is not my main jam, but
You know who the
how do
fuck
you not
Mario
like
is.
Nintendo? Yeah.
Yeah, and if it was your job to sell Nintendo products, you'd get fucking aware with it.
Hmm.
But like that level of brand unawareness doesn't even come close to an assistant store manager I wound up working with at a different store who, just as a teaser for when we get to that store, didn't know the difference between Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z.
What?
Yeah,
How the fuck?
I'll get to her. But anyway,
You in the wrong goddamn business.
yeah, no shit. Um,
Especially given GSCN won't shut the fuck up when a new Pokemon game comes out.
exactly. Um, okay, so I guess I'll talk about when I had I had multiple panic attacks working at this place. A lot of times going into the store, I was panicking, but the first time I ever had a panic attack in the store, um, we were uh, it was it was a pretty busy day already, and at my store there was a light fixture above the register that shone a light on the back wall where there were some posters there. And one of the bulbs went out, and so they needed to replace the bulb. Well, we didn't have a big ass ladder, so I was told to get up on the counter to change the bulb. Now I'm scared of heights, and those counters are not very well made. They're actually the same counters that are used in pretty much every GameStop because they're cheap. Um, and so I get up there and I had a fucking panic attack. I had to leave the store because the place was packed. It was very noisy. I'm, you know, 15 feet off the ground, and I almost fucking fell off the goddamn thing. And like higher ups were coming in to talk to the store manager, and so I had a panic attack and I had to leave. And unfortunately, that wasn't the only time that happened, but that was just the first. Um, Black Friday. I worked one Black Friday at the store, and they put me at the door. They had a few people working inside, but they were like, "You're the biggest guy. You work the door. You work the crowd." Essentially, I was there to make sure no one cut in line, that everyone who left had a receipt, and that if there were any disagreements, I was to settle them. I was a GameStop bouncer. I wasn't trained for that shit. I was not instructed beforehand that I was going to be doing that shit. And the amount of shoving, kicking, and punching that I received that day likely was exceeding the level of reasonable treatment an employee in my position should have been given. But again, didn't know about HR, so that's just the shit I had to deal with. The funny thing about that was that the registers went down for the full first hour after opening for Black Friday. So a lot of the shoving, punching, and kicking happened during that first fucking hour. Not all of it, but a lot of it, because that line was out the fucking mall. That's how fucking far it was. We were inside the mall store, and the line
Yeah.
went extended outside of the fucking mall.
And you guys were vaguely close to the door, but that's still
Oh
like
yeah,
not that close to the door.
yeah. We were around a corner and down a little bit, but yeah, it's not fucking good. Um, they insist on crowding the store with a bunch of displays. As you know, you saw the place. It's so
Oh yeah.
fucking packed. There's like no walking room. It's
Especially
stupid.
if you're a big dude, you're just fucking like, well, I guess I'm gonna stand in the main aisle.
Yeah, and like
I can't afford this shit if I knock it over and break it.
yeah, and it got worse after ThinkGeek partnered with them because they just filled the store with fucking a bunch of
Tchotchke crap.
tchotchke crap, and they had displays full of it, and it was just shit.
Because again, I like some of Think Geek stuff, but it's a lot of it is not collectibles or
Yeah, it's just
it's
cool, fun little things you don't do anything with. Knickknacks.
mhm. Like the only thing I think the only thing I have in here that's one of them is that like potion lamp. That's it.
Yeah,
Even
it,
then, it's not really a lamp. It just kind of glows.
yeah. It. Uh, fuck. There was a really good story for me that happened in this store, though.
Mm.
Probably my uh, probably my favorite. Going above and beyond the Call of Duty story I've had in a workplace. Um, I was working at at that mall store, and it was a slower day. I believe it was a Sunday, and the assistant store manager was doing a new marketing kit, which they generally do on Mondays, and only managers really can do them. We can game advisors or guest advisors now can do parts of it, but um, managers are the ones that have to at least receive and implement the task. Um, but he was doing that, and I got a phone call. And it was a guy actually in Chicago working at a store up where I'm at now. And there was a guy up at that Chicago store who was wigging out. He was a collector of video games. He was desperately trying to find some Wii game. I don't remember what it was, but I know that the cover art was this like anime style, and as people probably know at GameStop, most uh most of your cheaper games are traded in without covers because you don't have
Mm.
to have a case to trade in a game at GameStop because
Yeah.
they have their generic cover art and generic boxes cases. And so this collector had been going to a bunch of different stores, and all of them had the generic case. And so that store, someone working there was calling around all over the country trying to find where they could get this guy his fucking game, like have it shipped to him. And he called me. We had the game, generic cover art. He was like, God damn it, I'm sorry. And so I was like, so, good luck, man. And click. And I could have just stopped there, could have just let it be, but it was a slow day. So I started just typing in zip codes. Just typing in zip codes, any random assortment, trying to find this game. Because you can type in a zip code when looking for a product, and it will pop up in that location roundabout where it is that you
Mm.
can find those things. There is just some random girl in the rain outside my window, and that shit is fucking creepy. But anyway, sorry. Um I don't like that. Yeah, she's just
Just just
she's
open the window and yell 6 feet. Close
yeah.
it.
Yeah, she's just walking around in the fucking alley right next to my goddamn house. I don't, and she's out there alone. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, I'm so sorry. But so I just started typing in random zip codes, and I started finding places. I called a store in California, I called a store in Florida, and eventually I called a store in Missouri, and they had it. They had the game and the original cover art. So I was like, okay, you hold that game. and arrange a store-to-store shipment with the person at this phone number. And I gave the guy the Chicago phone number. I was like, you arrange that with him. You go get the game. I'm going to call him and let him know what's going on. So I was like, good. And so I called the guy in Chicago and I was like, have you found it yet? And I was like, and he said, no. He was still really trying. The collector in the store was impatient and being a dick. And I was like, guess what? I fucking found one for you. He was like, oh shit, really? I didn't ask you to do that. I was like, yeah, you didn't have to. I just decided to be nice, believe it or not. Um, and so I told him, you're going to get a call from a Missouri store. They're going to link up with you, and you can have it shipped to that store to the guy's house. It was like, fuck yeah. And I don't know that guy. I don't know that I've ever met him now that I'm up here. I don't even remember what the fuck the game was. But because of that, I helped a customer at a store states away and an employee at a store states away. And it came of no incentive to me, but other than the fact that I helped someone. So I think that's pretty cool.
Definitely golf clap moment.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I don't understand some of these collectors, mainly because I've seen. I knew a collector, and he liked to fuck with people.
mhm.
Because you can find these. You can find all of the cover art, and print them out essentially, and just put them on whatever generic case you can.
Yeah, you have to have the right
Eh,
paper if you want it to be legit, but yeah.
That's what print shops are for, and
Exactly, exactly.
whatnot. But this dude, he would people would ask him for like if he had extras of some games, and he would basically print out like a little sticker if he knew the people. And the one he showed on video was he took an old NES or an old Super Nintendo uh, Mortal Kombat and put the Sailor Moon game sticker across it. He was like, "There you go, have fun."
Oh, that's fucking funny. That's funny. I got two things to mention about this small store before we move on to my new one. And it's only been 3 hours. Uh,
I think we're making good time.
oh yeah, especially for me telling a story. We're speeding through. Uh, uh, one is just a remark. They kept saying, the reason why I got hired was not because I knew the most about video games. I knew a good amount, but not the most. Um, it was because I was personable. You can talk to people. I was like, yeah, I don't like to. It scares the shit out of me, but I can do it in limited bursts. Um, and because of that, that's why I got it. Because the way they put it was sales skills. Uh, that's what we need because game knowledge can be taught. I was like, oh, okay, so I'll get this job here and I'll learn more about video games. I didn't. They didn't teach us shit like about video games. The best they did was about maybe new releases, but they never really covered much in those level up quizzes. And the best I did was by picking things up from other people explaining games to me and then repeating that as if it were my opinion or my experience, which it wasn't, but that's not the point. I was just trying to sell shit.
Because honestly, when you're trying to get like products where you're going to drop $60, it's best to buy it from someone who's, oh yeah, I've played that. Yes, I know how to.
Yeah, I mean, to this day, I have a very favorable opinion of Super Mario 3D World for the Wii U, right? But the only
Mm.
reason, and I know this is the only reason because I've never played the fucking game, the reason I have that favorable opinion is that they were selling a Wii U bundle with Super Mario 3D World, and I happened to sell the most in my 1 to 2 shifts out of the entire store in a certain in a month, and I
Mm.
sold the most, and so I have that positive association between Super Mario 3D World and me, and I've never played the fucking game. To my knowledge, it looks like an okay game. It looks like a Mario game. I don't really care about it. Yeah. But yeah, it's fucking dumb. They never taught anything to do with games, even though they said they would. But the only other story that I am currently thinking of that's of note about this store was I worked the day after Christmas at this store.
Mhm.
And in your experience, Caleb, when
Yeah.
you have received a Christmas gift that you do not want, are you familiar with the practice of returning Christmas gifts to get the money that
I
you could use for other things?
I generally will wait, Mm, like not the day after I receive it,
Yeah, but you at
but
least know that it is a thing, right?
yes, I do know because sometimes people don't super know you, or
Yeah.
as a personal anecdote, my mother has gotten me the exact same book and game 3 years in a row.
What? What game and book is it?
It
So-
is a history of philosophy. It's a big, thick book too, that I have fully read through, and Hitman and Absolution, I believe, is the name.
well, I'll know what to get you next Christmas. Just set up a fucking fund of people to send you Hitman Absolution and the history of philosophy. Uh, that'd be fucking hilarious. But yeah, so that's really 3 years in a row.
3 years in a row. And she
Jesus
did not realize that I had to pull out books to prove that this was happening.
Christ.
So I knew she didn't do it on purpose. That was the.
Yeah, that's fucking funny. But yeah, the reason I mention that is the day after Christmas at GameStop, at least back then, because now no one fucking shops there. But at least no one should. Far less people do. But then, holy God, the day after Christmas, we had lines out the door full of trades and returns. So many. Because that's another thing. Trades the day after Christmas is when Christmas sales end. So they want to get as much money as they can. So they're gathering it. We had people bringing in garbage bags full of multiple consoles, games, shit like that to trade them in. And this is back before we really took trades on really retro stuff. I remember them advertising very proudly, we're now accepting trades on the PlayStation 2. Of course, now they do trades on fucking all retro shit because they refurbish them, allegedly, and sell them online again. So, but yeah, we had fucking people bringing in stacks and boxes and garbage bags full of trades. And I got so good at handling these trades and returns that, we had a manager from another store coming to help us, and I had my system of stickering down so good that he was like, "Do you want to come work at my store because you're really good at this?" And it was a notch in my fucking cap or whatever the fuck, that my ability to handle trades of a large amount was uh, was noteworthy to a manager of another store. Because no one in my store has given me any fucking props or acknowledgement. Ridiculous. But anyway, so why did I leave that store? Did I get fired? No. At that time, I was going to move in with Bree, and so I needed to have full time employment. And I asked for more hours, and they cut them. Uh, assuming that they weren't just idiots and didn't understand what more meant, I had to leave. So I left there, and I didn't come back to GameStop until last year when we moved up here, and I was applying to a bunch of places. And again, like I'm dealing with now, I'm disabled, and so I have to check. I don't have to, I guess, but I want to because I want to be honest with people about what to expect if I'm applying for a place. I cannot stand, walk, uh, even sit, or lift for long periods of time or for excessive amounts. I just can't. Um, and I also have a tremendous difficulty in social situations. So yeah, I in my mind I have to tell people this, and like no one was even calling me back. I applied for dozens of jobs uh, for the entire month of August when I got up here. But as you recall, because you were there helping me move out, I got an interview offer before I even got out of Kansas for GameStop. And it was a big moment because I called them after we had loaded the truck. I called them. Was it after or before? I don't remember because I remember going in and sitting on the bed.
It was after,
It was
because I
oh yeah,
remember we were all sitting around chatting.
yeah, it's true. We didn't bring the bed, so yeah. But yeah, I called. I went to the bedroom. I called my store manager that also was the person that called and fired me over the phone last week. Same guy. Nice. Um,
It's circular.
circular. Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah, hire and fire, the circle of death. Um, I called him because I had submitted an application. I was submitting the applications before we got up there. Before I even lived in the state, I was applying for jobs. And I had actually had to turn down an interview offer because I couldn't be up there immediately and they wouldn't do a Skype interview. Which now seems silly because everyone's doing Zoom and Skype interviews. But all of a sudden, back then, it's impossible. The
It's like
technology simply
wearing a
doesn't
face.
exist.
It's like wearing a face mask outside now.
Yeah.
Beforehand, you couldn't even fucking walk in a store.
Yeah, whereas now I'm seeing people walk out of stores with hoodies and bandana masks in front of their faces, and I'm like, they're a good person. Whereas before, if I saw that, I'd be like, what the fuck am I walking into? uh,
The weirdest I've seen was a tortilla.
Creativity comes in all shapes and sizes, and hell, you got a snack
CDC
with you.
said CDC said anything is better than nothing. And
Yeah,
that's what he said. It's a snack.
yeah. Jesus. But yeah, so I called and I was like, "Hey, you haven't called me back. Are you doing interviews still?" He's like, "Yeah, we're still doing interviews." And I was like, "So I got it." And the job listing was for management, and so he gave me an interview for a management position, and I was so fucking happy. You remember because you were there. Hopefully, you remember. Yeah, earlier. You said you remembered. So I opened the door. I was so happy. I said, I got the interview. It's like, yeah. Is it for management? Yes, it is. Yeah. Everyone was so fucking happy. I was happy. We were so excited. And then I get up there. And like a day or two after we move everything into the basement that we were living in for that time, I go to the interview and he tells me it's not for management. It's for the same job I had back at the mall store. 4 hours once or twice a week. And so I did the interview, but I kept applying to places. I was like, you know what? I'll do the interview. I'll do my best because I at that point I had an undefeated streak of every time I interviewed for a job, I got a job offer. And if I get the offer, I can at least work there before I get another place to work at.
Some money's better than no money.
Exactly. And so I kept applying to places. GameStop didn't call me back for the entire month of August. No one was calling me back. One other place called me, and they were like, "Oh, well, what do you think? Do you want?" They called me because they couldn't see my application. I had applied via Indeed, and they just had me fill out an application when I got there. The dude didn't know how to run the website, and so he just saw that someone applied, And so he didn't see my application. And it turns out the store manager at the store, the guy who fired me, uh, he also couldn't see my application because Workday, the fucking system that runs most of the behind the scenes aspects of GameStop's business, also was down. So the only two people that called me back couldn't see my application. But when I got the job offer from the other place, I called GameStop to be like, hey, I'm just letting you know because you haven't called me back. I want to know, are you going to hire me or not? Because I got this other job offer, and I don't want, if you were planning on calling me, to for there to be a problem here. And the other place was also going to be a very part-time type of situation, except it was going to be like a server job. I was going to work at one of those sort of video game cafe deals where really they just have like 3 electronic slot machines in a corner, and then you sell microwave food to dumbass motherfuckers at 2 a.m. Like, that's what I was going to be doing. But I was going to be working by myself, handling food, drink, electronics, and like, it would have been way more fucking difficult for me in terms of dealing with my social problems. So I called GameStop, and he was like, Workday's been down. I haven't been able to see it. Let me call my manager. I will call you back. And at that point, that was the same day that I dropped off my application for disability, I believe. Because I was in the car and I was heading back. I was talking with Bri about what do I do if I have to choose between these two places. She talked me through it, and then later on I got a call from the store manager at GameStop, and he said, yeah, we're willing to hire you. Here's what you get. And so I had 2 job offers. I had basically the same amount of hours, same amount of pay, but one of them was with a job that I knew that I could be good at, and another one that would be at a shitty ass shady place doing stuff I know I'm not good at. That would have been much more of a challenge. So it was a no-brainer. I went with GameStop. However, go ahead.
More than likely, it was, from what you've explained, it followed that pseudo gambling.
Yeah.
You win chips, you go next door, you get a prize, and then you can go down the street and trade said prize for cash.
Oh, it wasn't even that. It wasn't even that sophisticated. It just had electronic slot machines in the corner. That's all it was. 3 electronic slot machines in the corner. But it was a gaming lounge, apparently. It was just electronic fucking gambling. That's all it was.
Them fucking old people who just sit there and do that.
Yeah.
They'll be there for hours.
Oh, yeah, man. But, because that was the only job I had, I got into a lot of heat with the people I was living with. Not Bri, because I wasn't working enough. And that has pretty much ruined my reputation with them in addition to a lot of other stuff. But, it wasn't like I wasn't fucking trying. And it still fucking burns me that those people made me out to be a slacking, lazy shit when I was just trying my fucking best and no one was giving me a goddamn chance. But I don't live there anymore. Within a month, go ahead.
You don't have to interact with them unless you want to.
Pretty much, yeah. And within a month, I had received my promotion that I had previously been denied because I was unreliable, from guest advisor to senior guest advisor. And the difference between these two positions is one is a cashier and the other one's a cashier that also has a key and has to do basically all of the job that the store managers do, except you get paid way less and you don't make the schedule and you can't hire and fire. That's basically it. We handled inventory, we handled the marketing kits, we handled supervision of employees. We couldn't leave the store. We did organization. We dealt with corporate. We were on conference calls. We dealt with numbers. We dealt with sales goals. We dealt with all of the shit. Literally, those three differences are the only things separating uh, a senior guest advisor, an SGA, from a store manager. Is hire and fire, uh, the schedule, and the fucking pay scale. That's it. It was a fucking
Um,
ripoff. Oh, of course, the hours. I'll keep that. I'll include that in pay scale. But store leaders get 40 hours a week. SGAs are lucky to get fucking 15. However, uh, I made it very clear to my store leader that I was willing to work more. And when I got my promotion, I got sent to a different store than the one that was close to my house. I got sent to one that was like a fucking 45-minute drive away from my house. Um, and this one was in a shitty ass neighborhood. It was the one where the coked up couple was selling those new phones.
hmm.
And this store had been robbed at gunpoint within a year of me being there. One of the employees had been struck with the gun and was out with medical leave when I got there. It was
Probably the reason you were there.
no. The reason I was there was because they had three different store leaders within a year, and were having such high turnover rates that the district manager was trying to fill the store with people they knew were good from other stores.
Just
But
close the store at that point. God.
yeah, that place needs to be shut down. The store manager I got while I was working there was a lady that had worked at Foot Locker previously, and she was, to put it lightly, ghetto as fuck.
Hmm.
Um, Polite though, to your face. Two faced, definitely. She didn't know what she was doing. She was way in over her head. She was not a gamer. She didn't know what the fuck she was talking about. And she couldn't run a store with a shit. Uh, I got there before she did. When she got there, she was blaring her music super fucking loudly. That was obnoxious. But I could be forgiven if she didn't continue to play it on her phone walking into the store while I'm trying to talk to her. Rude, very rude. Um, but while she was trying to work me through and I want to paint a picture here. The store I had been working at that was close to my house, good amount of space. Like it's a wide store, good amount of space, good lighting. You can see everything. It's in a good neighborhood. Regular police patrols, non-invasive, very nice neighborhood. Didn't even have trade holds. That's how secure the neighborhood was. This store was thin and long and had shit lighting, had trade holds because, as I mentioned, it got fucking robbed at gunpoint within the last year, and did not have a locking system room where you're supposed to put your most expensive equipment. The door to the back didn't even lock. It was just a swinging door. The bathroom was absolutely disgusting. The back room was tiny. And there wasn't an ounce of organization at this whole fucking place. Everything was unalphabetized, from the walls to the drawers to the back room. Everything was fucking out of place. And to top it all off, as I'm trying to figure out what the fuck this new place is running, I just got this promotion. It's going to be enough money for us to be able to compound mine and Bree's income for us to move out. In comes the assistant store manager, who did not have her own key, so she had to be let in, whose first words to me, upon me being introduced to her as the new SGA, was, what's an SGA? This was my fucking boss. Turns out, the assistant store manager and the store manager were friends. They had worked together in the past, and they had gotten hired to replace the hastily removed previous store manager in order to fill the power vacuum. They were just replacements. They were scouted from outside the company. They were not gamers. And if you recall, the assistant store manager at this store was the one who didn't know the difference between Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z. These two would regularly make absolute asses of themselves and embarrass everyone they worked with because they would talk to customers about shit they knew nothing about. Fun fact, the gold original Legend of Zelda is more circulated than the gray cartridge, making the gray cartridge more expensive in terms of a collector's item. However, this store manager would regularly tell anyone who even remotely had any of a passing interest in any kind of retro title that they could make thousands of dollars off of old ones because this other person had a gold cart Legend of Zelda for the NES that they could sell on eBay for thousands of dollars, which is not true. It's just not. And that is a very, very tame example. There were times like they couldn't say the name of games. Like the previous Dragon Ball Z example. We had a sale going on where it was a tote bag thing. You buy a $5 tote bag and you would get a certain percentage off collectibles.
Yeah, they're doing that down here.
Yeah.
Currently.
The tote bag had Goku
they were
on it.
Before the
Yeah.
lockup.
Yeah. The tote bag had Goku's face on it. And they would regularly call it the Pokemon bag. But if you recall here recently, a Dragon Ball Z game came out. It was called Dragon Ball Kakarot. They couldn't say Kakarot. Now I get it. It's already...
I can see it written, but...
Yeah, you can see it written. It's 3 syllables. And I get it. It's already kind of gibberish in Japanese because it's carrot but turned into a name. I get it. But you're supposed to sell this thing, right? You've had a quiz covering the details of this thing. There's marketing for it all over the store. There are multiple conference calls where the district manager, who, by the way, was a pedantic fucking Napoleon complex whiny piece of shit who threatened my job after, in the same conversation in which I told him I was going to nearly be homeless. And that I should be lucky, I should feel lucky that I even had one to begin with. That piece of shit regularly, he had daily fucking conference calls discussing products and various other nonsense that we already knew. So there was no way in shit they couldn't find out. Kakarot. That's how it's said. Not properly. In proper Japanese it's said another way, but that's how it's said over here. It's fine. But they couldn't say it. Another thing they couldn't do, store leader specifically, she couldn't figure out Xboxes. Any of them. 360, Xbox One, any of the models. None of them. So anytime someone was buying one or trading one, she made someone else handle it because she refused to learn. One of the biggest selling products that we sold. She refused to learn about it because she didn't have one at home. She had a PlayStation at home, and so she knew that one. But
it's weird because PlayStation looks way more similar going across.
Yeah. So fucking dumb. They regularly wouldn't count the safe before or when opening or closing. We kept a record of how much the safe had, how much deposits were at open and closed, yada yada. They wouldn't fill out the fucking book. They wouldn't count it if they did fill out the book. And
Sounds like someone's fucking stealing.
oh, I got there's a kicker at the end here. So, the first day I worked, they also had scheduled 3 other people to work. There was me coming in with my first shift. There was someone training, and then those 2 and someone else. So that's, I believe, 5 people in this tiny ass store. Remember earlier when I said regular shifts are only 2 people max? Maybe 3? Yeah. This was 5. It was ridiculous. I had a panic attack. First fucking day. You know what else happened my first fucking day? We got robbed! Not at gunpoint. But someone had a fake credit card. And a gun. But they didn't use the gun. They just had it in their pocket. And this guy who did this came in with his wife and kids. Bought a PlayStation, bunch of games. The wife was stationed at the door, keeping an eye out. The kids were kept with her. He came up, trying to not let them know, let the kids know that they were, getting a game.
That they were accessories.
Mm-hmm. And then like an hour later, cop called, said, yeah, we're heading over because you just got fucking robbed. And then the cop came in, we explained everything to them, and I was like, this is my first fucking day at this store. We just got fucking robbed. And I saw the guy had a gun in his pocket. I could see the outline in his jeans and the handle sticking out. And granted, it never escalated to a point of fucking force, but the guy was cagey as shit. And the way my store manager responded, anytime anyone wants to use a card of any kind, you have to see an ID. Any card of any kind, she wanted us to get their ID. Debit, credit, or gift card. Now, fortunately, no one actually did that because everyone recognized that that was fucking stupid.
And that might have escalated that situation.
Yeah. But that's just an example of the level of stupid we're dealing with here. And the level of risk I was in this fucking neighborhood. What else can I fucking... Oh, yeah. This is where I started going through and trying to sort it. Because that's the thing, is this store was run by incompetent idiots. It was totally unorganized. It was in a shit neighborhood, but I still wanted to do my best. Because I was getting hours here. They recognized that if they scheduled me as much as they could, they wouldn't have to do any work. And they didn't. But as much as that fucking pushed everyone's responsibilities onto me and onto one other person who is still with the company, I won't even mention her name, but I'm friends with her, and she was a great fucking employee there. She becomes a little bit more important later on in terms of my storytelling. They would push all the responsibility onto us. And so I was like, I need to organize this place if I'm going to make this work. And so I started at the very end of the counter where the Wii games were. And I just started going through them disc by fucking disc. Because at that point, I was like, I'm going to alphabetize everything. It's going to take me weeks, if not months, but that's what I was going to fucking do. And so I go disc by disc, and I started checking the condition of the disc because I started realizing there are some discs that are just blatantly not sellable. Because no one was checking the quality of them. Because they weren't teaching people to do that because the people training didn't know anything about games or GameStop or gaming at all. And that's where the hundreds of dollars of shrink came from. Where I would find piles and towers of discs that were completely unsellable. And I would shrink them out. And I got yelled at because I didn't give my manager a heads up that that was going to happen, and that she got yelled at. And so she told me, like...
What the fuck did they think you were doing?
Yeah, I don't fucking know. Apparently, Because that's the thing is when you shrink something out, it gets moved to like field destroy, and the field destroy system is only the store manager can do this. They collect it and they have to on camera break whatever is labeled as field destroy if it's to be field destroyed. You have to do it on camera so that people don't dumpster dive and that people don't steal. Um,
Is it stealing if the product doesn't work?
well, I mean, people in the company. Because I want that, let me field destroy that, just put it outside and have someone pick it up, or me pick it up later, or that type of thing. So it has to be done on camera by the store leader, and it has to be broken before it leaves the store. However, when she found my stack of Wii games, she started putting them back in the system because she didn't want to lose all that money. And when I found that she was doing this, I was like, what the fuck are you doing? These clearly are not good. And she tried to argue with me like, oh no, this one's fine. And I was like, no, it's not. I have a reason for each individual disc. You pull out a disc. And she did. She tried to challenge me on it. She was like, all right, what's wrong with this one? And I was like, okay, that one has a scratch on the data ring. Well, it doesn't look that bad. The data ring is where all the data is. If it's damaged, the shit doesn't work. Well, did you pull out a system and check it? I don't have to do that because it's obviously fucking broken. You know that sign in the back that says what we should look for in terms of conditions of shit to sell? That's where that comes from. Also, my personal experience knowing how the fuck these things work. And so I don't know that she actually learned anything. She just gave up. She just wouldn't field destroy them. She just kept them in boxes in the back. She just never got around to it.
Because I'm sure they were just waiting for you to move on to put them back.
Pretty much. And that wasn't the only time they ever fucking undermined shit I was trying to do, because like there was at one point where I found that there was like a fuck ton of games that did not have any representation out on the sales floor because they weren't doing proper counts. Every week you're supposed to do a certain kind of count, to make sure what's in the drawers, make sure the collectibles all are in place, make sure if there's a game in the drawer that there is a case out on the floor to let customers know that we have it. They weren't doing any of them. They didn't know how to do any of them. I had to learn from my fellow SGA, the only other person doing any fucking work, how to do any of these things. There was actually 2 SGAs that were doing work, but one of them was a little more lackadaisical about it. He basically had a case of the fuck-its, and I don't really blame him. He's a cool dude, though.
Which I could see why.
Yeah, exactly. I don't blame him at all for having the fuck-its at this place. But, so I had gathered up a bunch of games that needed to be gutted to be put on the sales floor. But they were new games in the PS4 section, I believe. And I was about to leave for the day, and the store leader was still there. And so I was like, okay, so these need to be gutted. I'm about to leave. Could you do that? And she was like, people don't like gutted new games. They like them when they're shrink wrapped. And I was like, yeah, but we have a new game section. We have to have a case out there for them. So I will repeat, these need to be gutted. Please do them since you're going to be here. And she was like, fine. Just don't keep them on the counter. Put them in the bottom drawer. I'll get to them. And I was like, okay, if you can't finish them off before the end of the night, in case you get busy, I come in tomorrow, or I think it came in a few days later. I'll get to them, or I'll tell whoever's working tomorrow to do it. And she was like, okay. I came in a few days later. All the games I had put in that bottom drawer were put back, not in proper order in the rest of the PlayStation 4 drawers. They were all in the wrong spots because they just weren't alphabetizing them properly.
Which fucking takes more effort.
Yeah, they just shoved them in there.
At least if they were, like, together, just handfuls, people. It's a shelf.
Yeah, it was so fucking ridiculous. So yeah, the store was in total and utter disrepair. It was not being oversaw by people with brain stems. It was absolutely ridiculous. And eventually, the heat started to rise in the store because people were getting very sick of it. People were leaving. The guy with the fuckets left, transferred to a different store, and um, the other SGA that was doing work, she was actually very capable, and she should have been running the fucking place, but she didn't want to be in that position. I don't fucking blame her. But she uh, what like I want to mention something. The store leader made frequent mention of the fact that she had a gun in her trunk at all times. Uh, and that she also made frequent comments about hiring one of the GAs to do drug runs for her. Now, these could be considered jokes if they happened once or twice, but like all the time, every time, it was fucking ridiculous. And also, I'm not sure they were jokes. But the other SGA decided to call HR. And this is where HR finally comes in, because I had never contacted HR at any other job I'd ever been at. Never seemed like an option to me. I never really thought about it. And she asked me, the other SGA, she asked me if I could as well, because more people that report these problems, the more likely something will be done. And I agreed with that, and I also got paid for it. Not by the SGA, but when you call HR and GameStop, you get paid for that time. So I called HR, and I told her all my concerns. I didn't just parrot what the other SGA's concerns were. She had some concerns that I didn't share, and I'm sure vice versa. But I told her, and the store manager got real pissy about it. But not to me initially. She was convinced that the other SGA was the only person calling HR. And she even warned me. She was like, I know we like to be informal here, but be careful who you talk to. And I was like, what are you talking about? She was like, and then she explained it to me. And she even talked about it in front of the replacement SGA for the guy who had the fuckets. She openly said that the good SGA was calling HR and apparently was making up all kinds of lies because she was just mad that she wasn't on the schedule. And the store leader also fucking did something that as far as I'm concerned, is unforgivable. She ridiculed the good SGA for having suicidal depression. She apparently, the store leader had made frequent comments about like, don't lie to me if you are like out and you partied too hard or for whatever reason you just can't come in. We'll work with it. You don't have to pretend you're sick or that you're busy. I'll understand. You're not going to get in trouble for it. It's okay. And if you have any problems, talk to me about it because I'm here to help you and yada, yada, yada. Well, the good SGA tried. She couldn't come in because she was having a depression attack and suicidal thoughts. And so she was trying to text the store leader about it. And the store leader was telling her to stop texting her about it. She's like, don't talk to me about this. And she even included that in employee feedback that is company-wide visible and on your permanent record. She put it out there for the whole fucking company to see. And in this conversation between me, the replacement SGA, and the store leader said that the good SGA was crazy and was harassing her, and that she was just bitter because she was getting her hours cut, and she was blaming the good SGA for all the problems in the store, the disorganization, the lack of things being done properly. It was all on the good SGA's shoulders, apparently. Of course, it wasn't. She was blaming her for all her problems because she was trying to get her out of the company. She was bad-mouthing someone with suicidal depression to co-workers in the workplace because she didn't like the fact that she got called out for her shit. But I got out of that scot-free because she didn't know it was me. At least for the time being. Because that was so far over the line for me that I had to make a second contact to HR. Now, the difficulty here is that that conversation happened between me and one other person, a new SGA, one that had no stake in this fight. So if I called HR and told them what was said in that conversation, it'd be pretty fucking obvious that it was me. Not 100% confirmed because all responses to HR complaints are supposed to be kept anonymous. I have no idea if they really are, but there you go.
Oh, that is something else to mention for people. You can call and report things like this as a customer to HR. If you walked in and heard any vaguely something like that, you can report that to their HR.
Yeah.
Because if you hear something fucked up like that, they should not get away with it.
Exactly. So I basically had to implicate myself as a whistleblower in order to do anything about this, which was very difficult because I knew that even if I did that and tried to leave for another store, or if I potentially had any sort of retaliation, I would lose all my extra hours, possibly get my hours cut. And if that happened, I wouldn't be able to keep the house we had just fucking moved into. So the quandary was, do I do what's obviously right and risk retaliation, or do I just not say anything? Well, you know me. Saying nothing is not my strong suit. So I called. I also contacted the district leader because that's what the HR person said I should do, because the district leader would be who had to talk to the store manager about all this. So,
which is another sign that was about to go fucking tits up, because that should be the HR job.
It very much should be. So after that happened, I didn't seem to receive any backlash. My hours did go down, but it was blamed because we had a new SGA in there, and so they needed more hours for training. But my hours didn't go down severely. I was still able to pay my bills. But at that time, my original store, someone had left. And so my district leader saw an opportunity to basically smooth things over, to keep him from having to do anything. So he transferred me out of the shit store and into my original store. And didn't do a goddamn thing about the store leader or the assistant store leader at all. In fact, to my knowledge, the assistant store leader is still at that store. Not the store leader, because I don't know what prompted it. It was way after my call to HR, so I know that had nothing to do with it. But way after that, the store leader was gone, and the day she left, I do know that hundreds of dollars went missing from the safe the day she closed, because I had to go and fill in over there for all the hours that were all of a sudden up for grabs. So after getting transferred out of that shitty ass store, I had to go back. And I had to go back not only to the shitty ass store in that risky ass neighborhood in that terrible, terrible place with the terrible, terrible people, but I had to go back to a store run by someone who tried to get me fired over a false sexual harassment claim. And that's where this story comes into play. After I got transferred out of the store, my call was brought up to the store manager and the assistant store manager, who I included in my call. I had complaints about her as well, falsifying records and being a general idiot. I also want to make mention, because I don't have religion. I don't think low on people who do, as long as they don't use it as an excuse to treat people badly or push it onto people who do not want to hear it. The store leader would regularly mention religion to me and push it onto me or onto people that she was interviewing for jobs or customers. She was very pushy about her religion, and that was entirely inappropriate. But apparently this good Christian lady also doesn't have a problem being vengeful, because after I got transferred out of that store, she received a talking to, apparently, by HR and the district leader, or the district leader, where she also apparently wasn't fired, despite all the terrible shit. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, almost a month after I left, I get a call from HR while I'm at work at my original store. Original being original as of when I came up to Illinois. I did not get transferred fucking Kansas, but I got a call from HR, and it was the same lady I had talked to, now calling to find out why I was getting accused of making inappropriate comments about the anatomy of anyone at the store. It was mentioned specifically that the assistant store leader, as well as one of the very new GAs that I only worked with once, apparently cited complaints. Now, of course I denied it, because it was fucking false. And I also made sure to point out how bloody convenient it is that right after they get a complaint in which it was very obvious that I was the one complaining to HR, all of a sudden now I'm the monster. All of a sudden now I'm the one doing terrible shit, whereas these people who are on record as running a terrible store that lost its prestige status and can't make an organizational system worth of shit, who can't keep track of how much money they make, can't keep anything in line, and doesn't know how to fucking run a store or know the difference between Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z. All of a sudden these people are saying I was the problem. Just as they did for the good SGA before me, who thankfully got transferred out of that store. So nothing ever came of that accusation, and good, because, like I said, it was fucking blatantly false. But after that is when I got sent back to that store, once the store leader absconded allegedly with hundreds of dollars. I know hundreds of dollars went missing, but I don't know specifically where it went, quote unquote. I had to go back to that store to make up for the time that the store manager was supposed to be there before they hired a replacement. But eventually, I got so fucking fed up and anxious and scared about going there that my store leader at my store that I had worked at before and after, the shitty store, stopped sending me there. And they keep calling me on my personal phone to try to get me to come in. I just stopped answering. Eventually they stopped asking. Are you still with me, by the way?
Yeah, I'm still with you.
I didn't know if I...
No, like...
Yeah. I didn't know if I was steamrolling or if I had lost the connection.
I wouldn't even call it steamrolling. There's just, like, nothing to add to some of this, because... Fuck.
Yeah, it's absolutely... It was criminal. What they did was criminal and should have been... if I had, like, money for litigation, I could have. But anyway, so I eventually got sent back to my original store. And, it was a much better store run by someone who actually gave a shit about their store. Uh, and, anything to complain about from that store at that point would be just interpersonal, like personality clashes or stuff like that. And obviously, I just still can complain about the corporate bullshit and the fact that they were trying to get us to do phone trades in quotes even during the fucking outbreak. Like, I was working at the store when the stay-at-home order in Illinois was enacted, and they still didn't close the store until after that. And even when they closed the store, they didn't even really close the store because they were having people give us their cards to bring into the store to do transactions. Um, and so they weren't taking care of us. They were exposing us to all kinds of terrible shit because they needed to stay open. They refused to give pay to anyone who was sick or who had lost their hours because the store got closed, because they were operating under a system of, if we don't get caught, we're not doing anything wrong. Because that's the way they were handling it. Was like, if your store gets closed, well, we'll try to find another store you can work at. It wasn't a lesson of, oh, the law is telling us to stop, maybe we should stop. Like, in Pennsylvania, they lost their business license. They couldn't operate in the entire state. But in Illinois, they were running the delivery at door service as a testing ground to see if they could implement that in states like California, where they had closed entirely. And so there was a small anarchist inside me that was like, so the results of my store will determine whether or not this company decides to exploit workers all over the country. I should ruin this, but I didn't. I didn't do anything to compromise the sales or productivity of my store. In fact, I did so much. When the store got closed down, it was said that anyone who wanted to stay home because they didn't feel safe coming in could stay at home without fear of being fired. Of course, they wouldn't get paid, disaster pay or anything that would normally be done. They weren't getting paid to stay at home. Even if they were sick, they weren't getting paid to stay at home. And everyone on my staff was gone. My store manager wanted to come back, but he was sick, so he couldn't come back. So, for a whole week, I was the only person that went into that store and kept it operating. If I hadn't have done that, the store would have shut down, or my store manager would have been forced to come in, which he couldn't have, but I was the one that kept that store afloat. I was the one that did that. And after my store manager came back, it was me and him operating. We would work the entire shift by ourselves. One person would come in and then the next day it'd be another person or whatever. I was the only one doing that. I was the one that stayed. And during that time, a couple weeks in, GameStop decided another way to stay essential was by manufacturing their own hand sanitizer, because that's a way that a lot of people are staying open, is that they're using their distribution centers to manufacture hand sanitizer, which is not subject to FDA regulations in terms of what can be distributed because it's not a drug. And so all it really has to be is 70% of alcohol. And apparently GameStop just has tubs of this shit lying around because they sent us 2 paint, like little paint squeezable bottles full of rubbing alcohol. Almost just pure rubbing alcohol. It was not...
if you soaked your hands in it for, I think it's 5 minutes, it works as sanitizer, but you have to legitimately let them soak. You can't just rub it on your skin.
Yeah. They sent us 2 of those bottles weeks after we closed in one of those little bags that say GameStop on them that you'd like find a used controller in. That's what they sent us after weeks of this. And I thought this was hilariously stupid. So I took a little video on my phone of the my reaction to these stupid ass hand sanitizer things. And I sent it to a couple of people because I thought it was fucking funny. I sent it to Bree. I sent it to my store manager to keep him informed about it, and because I thought he might find it funny. And I sent it to Camelot331, who is a YouTuber who does I don't know, doesn't really, he reads testimonials from employees and news about corporations uh, abusing their workers, essentially. He's an ex GameStop employee. He was there for a long time. They really fucked him over. But because he has broken stories and leaks beforehand, GameStop fucking hates this guy. And apparently, uh, he had talked a few times about how, like, people are actively being discouraged from even watching his videos, and he's being bad mouthed uh, uh, on stuff, and he had to like make all of his testimonials private because he didn't want anyone to get fired. Um, and so I sent him the video because I thought he would find it funny. I didn't think he would use it in a video, although I really didn't have a problem if he would at the time. And he asked if he could use the videos I sent him on a video he would put out. Now, the official word that I gave was that I was unaware of him going to do this, but I was aware of it because I didn't really think about the implications of this. I didn't think about it. That is really honestly true. I just thought, oh, that's funny. I didn't think about the fact that, I showed the store in the video. It would possibly be obvious for anyone in the district to possibly pinpoint which store it was, although a lot of GameStops they're modeled to look very similar depending on which one you go into, so you'd really have to be an insider in order to know that, but it could be done.
That's who's gonna get mad.
Yeah, but that's who's gonna get mad. Exactly. No customer would be able to pinpoint it, but they don't care about how they looked at customers. If they did, they wouldn't force feed them 90 fucking questions before letting them buy an overpriced game. But also in the video, very blurry as far as I'm concerned, allegedly you can read the shipping label on the box to see the address of the store. I don't think you can. My store manager said that he could see it, but I don't believe it. Because I even checked. I wasn't able to see it. But Camelot said that he would make my voice deeper so it couldn't be easily recognized. He didn't do that. He didn't adjust my voice or blur the background or the shipping label at all. And he put it out there in one of his videos. He found it funny. I found it funny that he found it funny. It was cool. I actually enjoyed it. I was like, oh, cool. A YouTuber I like that has been very right about a lot of GameStop news and has been very cathartic as someone who's been very frustrated with the company for a long time, taking aggressions out on this company. Has been very cool. The same day, the same exact fucking day that video went out, my store manager found it and sent me the link to it. Not 24 hours later. And this same store manager had bad-mouthed Camelot to me personally. Said he was just a bitter ex-employee who can't get over the fact he got fired and ruining his career prospects by complaining about shit online, and no one will want to hire him, and he's just stupid and he doesn't know what he's talking about. Well, he does know what he's talking about because he's been right like all the fucking time about everything he's leaked. But management is instructed basically to keep people away from him, and that's what he was doing. But then when my manager sent me that link, I was like, oh shit, this is real now. This is really real now. And that was the first time I really, because there were a few things in my mind, and Brie and I had talked about, like, worried, like, am I gonna get in trouble for this? I was like, I doubt it. I doubted it at the time because I was like, you don't see my face. I don't say what store I'm at. Um, and people have filmed in GameStops before. It's whatever. But no, I got in trouble for that shit. What happened was my store manager talked to me about it uh, the next time I saw him when we worked together, and he said that he really didn't like that I did that. He guilted me about it, saying that he didn't trust me as much anymore, and it would take time for me to whatever, and he wanted to keep things between in his four walls. He kept saying that he wanted to keep it in the four walls of the store, but then he like talked to the district manager about it, and another district manager about it, and other people in the store about it. So he wasn't even following his own fucking advice or what he wanted to be done. But what the thing was is I didn't post the video. And so in that loophole, I shouldn't be in violation of the social media policy, which was not posted anywhere in the store, mind you. It was supposed to be. And even my manager was like, here, let me show you where it's posted. And he found it wasn't there. And he didn't print it out and post it anywhere. It wasn't posted in the fucking store. But he said, likely you'll just get a first and final warning. And even my district manager, who was a new district manager after they'd restructured some of the districts after laying off a bunch of district and regional managers, he was actually a much chiller dude. He said, yeah, at most he'll probably just get a first and final. So they sent it to HR. And the same lady who I had talked to and made very clear how delicate my working conditions are, that I need my position, how hard it is for me to get a job, who approved my accommodations of me needing to sit down every once in a while because I have disabilities, and had worked with me through multiple whistleblowing moments, and who had stood by me through the false accusations I'd had to deal with, recommended immediate termination. And so I got woken up by my store manager calling me to tell me that I was terminated. And then later that day, I was called to the store to turn in my key and to have a chat with the store manager because he felt bad. But really, he wanted to complain about all the shit he was going through because he went from 44 hours to 40, and he had to go help another store close down, and it was just not going well, and he was really inconvenienced about that. And he just didn't really seem to fucking acknowledge the fact that I was fucked. And the important thing to remember here is that I had stayed on at this store to keep it open so that that manager and anyone else who wanted to come back could stay. And I did make a false statement. One GA was staying there. He could only work like 1 day a week. And then when the assistant store manager was set to come back, that GA lost his hours. But the assistant store manager never wound up coming back because he spent all of his paid time off staying at home. And then the store got shut down entirely like the day before he was supposed to come back. But if I hadn't stayed in that store and immediately just filed for unemployment and stayed at home because GameStop wasn't going to pay me to stay at home despite the disaster going on, if I'd have done that, I wouldn't have been there to record the video. Which means if I had been a less dedicated employee, if I hadn't kept that store open to make sure other people had a source of income, I would still be employed, though I would have had less money and would have been on the unemployment dole, or at least I would have tried to, because I got denied for unemployment because I didn't make enough fucking money last year, which is stupid. I was too poor to be considered worth helping by the unemployment office, which is so fucking ridiculous. I can't even wrap my goddamn head around that shit. But if I hadn't done what I did to make sure that my manager and my fellow employees could have a place to work, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to make the mistake I did. And the mistake I did make was not thinking about the ramifications of sending the video to a guy who is basically an online whistleblower, and then trusting that he would take measures to as he promised to do, to obscure my identity, which he did not wind up doing. If I hadn't have been there, I couldn't have made that mistake, and that one tiny mistake that no customer would give a goddamn about cost me my job. And if I don't find another job soon, I will not be able to afford this place, and could potentially have made my family homeless because I sent a fucking video to a YouTuber on Twitter. I don't. I was good at that job, man. I had to have some accommodation because I couldn't stand or walk for long periods of time. But like,
But that job made your accommodations pretty easy.
yeah, like there's not a lot of jobs where I can work like that. And like when there were no customers in the store, that was best because I didn't really have much social interaction. Granted, I still did, and I had the ever looming fucking anxiety that was, what if I catch a deadly virus? And I also had a bunch of idiots calling me and trying to open my locked door that I had to deal with. So there was some social interaction, but I did have moments of quiet and moments where I could pretend I wasn't at work, or at least if I was at work, I could do things at my own pace. And that is the environment I can work in to a degree.
Hmm.
But I really can't work in formalized employment. I just can't. I can't handle supervision. I can't handle customer interaction. I work best at my own pace, doing what I know needs to be done, and that I can take frequent breaks from, and I have no supervision above me for. Basically, I can do household chores, and that's about it. I can't even walk in the fucking store anymore. I have to use one of those motorized carts at Walmart. That's how limited I am right now. Because of my fucking arthritis, my herniated disc, my weight, which does not help at all, the millions of fucking mental problems I have, all of this didn't mean goddamn thing to a company I worked at for almost 2 years, and kept multiple stores from closing, despite the criminal actions of the corporate environment, the executives, the various managers. Despite all of that, putting myself at risk of catching a deadly virus or being robbed at the other store, or having panic attacks, and having my sales fucked up by other people, and all of the petty bullshit, all of the nonsense, all the falderall and ridiculous bullshit I had to deal with at this company. I still worked through all of that to do a good job through all of the tough shit that I had to deal with. And they canned me over a fucking Twitter video, or a Twitter sent YouTube video that I didn't even post. And now I don't know what I'm going to do. So that's my GameStop story, man.
There is a kind of weird bright side. If you want to know it,
That I
well,
don't
there's
have to
two.
work at GameStop anymore.
There's one. Um, the reason my mom heard what on the live stream what like when you said you got fired for what and she got back to me here today because she was curious on like you too on why that would. So she worked at a job I can't disclose because signed security contracts.
Yeah.
And her HR basically said, they did you a favor if they fired you over that because what you did could be considered corporate espionage.
Really?
Because you sent damaging video to a competitor or disgruntled employee.
So let me get this straight. I lay out all of the terrible shit that this company did and has rendered me into such a hopeless state that I am having daily panic attacks. And the silver lining you offer me is, well, at least you're not in jail because what you did could be considered corporate espionage.
It wouldn't be jail, it would just be harder to get hired. It would be an addition to the pile, as it
It's
were. I
it's
said it's not a good silver lining.
no, it's fucking not. Cause it's already fucking hard for me to get a job, man. It's already hard enough because I have a spotty work history. Like the longest tenure I've ever had at a job was 2.5 months,
Mm-hmm.
and 15 jobs in 7 years. It all comes down to, as you know, because you were there for my entire fucking work history. Whenever I work at a place, I work there until I absolutely can't handle it anymore, which, because of my limitations, is basically immediately, and I have to leave. But I've only ever been fired twice because I still gave my fucking all to these places. And uh, and ever since I got fired, I've gotten one interview. It was an automatic interview. They scheduled it before they even processed my application. It was like one of those automatic interviews.
Yeah, with the security company
Yeah, and
or whatever.
I got automatic, and they said you're not qualified for this job, and so I didn't get it. So now I have lost two uh, job interviews. So my streak has been over because I interviewed for a further promotion when I was working with GameStop, and I got passed over for that. But it was an anomaly that it was a thing, that streak. So I'm not really heartbroken about it. It just,
Mm.
it sucks. But um,
Oh, I do have something. I learned there is. I need to find the link again, but it's at your own pace job. It doesn't pay super well, but it's not like a. It's at your own pace. It's pretty easy. It is just closed captionings. Essentially,
yeah,
you listen to the video, you type out what it says,
yeah,
and
transcriber.
then you submit it, and you can. And they take anyone. You just have to apply and tell them what languages you speak and are literate in.
Yeah, they take anyone. They turned me down, or at least they haven't gotten back to me yet.
Well, there's one that's just online where you can just start.
Yeah, well, there's those like per submission websites, transcribing websites.
Ah,
Yeah.
The one I found was just they paid you per submission.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, if you,
Sorry.
I'll look at it. Feel free to send it to me. I
Yeah.
need any and all money I can get my hands on right now. I mean, that's the main force behind me making my first voice demo in as many years, is because, in between me applying for jobs, I can try to do auditions, which,
Hmm.
my confidence hasn't been through the fucking roof lately, so it's been pretty hard to get me to the recording stage. But, you know, in first time in 8 years, I produced a voice demo, and quality of that being what it is, it's something, which is better than I had before. It is better than the one I had previously, which was made in 2012, for fuck's sake. But hopefully that does anything. But yeah, I'm not doing good. I'm very much not doing good. But but yeah. So that's my GameStop story.
All its passion, loopholes, and random tangents.
What are your thoughts about it?
It's fucked and a cautionary tale on fucking. Because I'm not gonna lie, a lot of what some of your like ghetto stories, I had the exact same shit in the places I worked. New
Yeah.
DM, and so all of a sudden my store manager was someone who's never worked retail before,
Yeah.
but they knew the DM beforehand,
Yeah.
and she would show up drunk, like completely blitzed.
Jesus Christ.
Where the stoner, because I learned this after I quit, that it was very rare for my assistant manager not to come in stoned. That a
Jesus.
stoner told me to stay behind and watch the store, and that he would approve me for overtime for doing so because he did not trust her.
Wow.
So just to say how drunk this woman came in.
Good fucking lord. Well,
But so I know I feel your pain a lot, these, but it's still fucked, honestly. And the only advice is it's one of those you're kind of fucked. Just keep your head down and move and try to move along out of that goddamn business.
yeah. I mean, that's essentially where I'm at. Like, all the panicking and everything in my clear moments, the only thing that I can do at this point is to just keep applying, keep trying, and that's basically it. That's all I have right now. And I've gotten a couple of places that have sent me emails. They're like, "Are you sure you want to work here right now? You do know the pandemic's going on, right?" And I was like, "Yes, please, anything. I don't care
Bills
anymore."
are also happening.
Yeah. Just like to those people who are like, "Oh, the rural places are seeing less cases. You should open up the rural places." Well, just like a pandemic doesn't discriminate based off of income inequality or rural jurisdiction or anything like that, it's also doesn't discriminate based off of race. It doesn't discriminate based off of political ideology. It doesn't discriminate based off of whether you got fucking bills to pay or not. So, yeah, I am more than fine to work right now. I will gladly go work. I am physically and mentally able to do so. And even at some point, ones that I cannot. Because, like you said earlier, any money is better than no money. And if it means staying in my home, then I will fucking drive myself to the point of near suicide if I have to. I've done it before, and I really hate the fact that that's the situation I'm in, but if that's what the severity of the situation calls for, that's what I have to fucking do, because I'm not going to be the reason that my fucking family goes into a fucking homeless shelter or has to beg family members to stay in their basements again or shit like that. I will not let me, quote unquote, violating the social media policy be the reason that my family's fucked. Because if that's the case, then yeah, I don't deserve to be here anymore. Like that's my fucking mindset right now. That's where I'm at. And whether it's healthy, whether it's true, whether it's fucking right or wrong, that's my mindset. That's where I'm at. So, yeah, not a cheery fucking story. Took way too long to tell, but that's where I'm at. So, I guess there's not much else to say.
Story time.
Yeah, story time.
Hey man, this is the kind of story time YouTube loves. Just get fucked by a toothbrush. That's the end game right there.
Yeah. Well, if only I had better tits, then I'd get all the views. It's ridiculous. So, thank you all for listening. If you got this far into this story, let us know down in the comments below what your favorite side of Twix are. Right side or left side. As far as I'm concerned, both sides are wrong.
Are you Mike or are you Ike?
Oh, God. That's a fucking war. All right, so which side of the Twix are you? And are you Mike or are you Ike? Because I don't care which side of the Twix I get. I think they're both just as good as the other. But I am a fucking Ike, man. Wait, which one is Ike? I don't want to fucking grandstand here if I don't know what I'm standing on.
Oh no, I haven't had a Mike and Ike in forever.
I loved them. I liked Mike and Ike's. I'd like eating like 17 at a time and just turning my mouth into a fucking sugar gelatinous war zone. It was fucking awesome. I also liked circus peanuts, so maybe don't take my fucking my taste in candy.
I haven't seen circus peanuts in forever.
Yeah. I like circus peanuts. I like Mike and Ike's Swedish fish. I like Swedish fish. At some point in my life, I really just shifted from chocolate being the candy of choice to like fruity sweets. I don't.
Fair. Like I can't eat chocolate anymore. It fucking hurts my teeth. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on with me either. Like I can't make it through fucking the disaster of eating anymore like I used to, which is good because I shouldn't be doing that. But like now my food abuse has shifted onto salty foods, which I can't get enough of now, which sucks. But like it's better than sweet stuff because at least I'm going to keep my teeth, presumably. But anyway, thank you all for watching. If we make this a more regular thing, we'll see what happens. But obviously, Caleb, he's got his school. I don't want to deviate time away from that too often. But we'll see what happens. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I've been the Trained Out Professional. You are not. And I will see you next time. Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.